this is an open thing in Lansing. And so we did a couple days there, and then when we left Lansing, we went to Flint and stayed in front of the Sweetly for 2 more days, and got Channel 12 to come out and cover us. The Free Press talked about us on the first day in Detroit. Well, they didn't talk about us until Monday. We were there Friday, Saturday, and then we moved to Flint, or to Lansing rather, and then we were there Sunday, and then Monday morning, the Free Press prints the article. I'm like, wait a minute, didn't we used to vote for Detroit? I'm just saying. So then we did Sweetly for a couple days, and then in the darkness of night, in the overnight hours, we went off to the People's Choice in Ann Arbor. We left Flint at midnight. Well, we stopped, we started breaking down at midnight after we were waiting for people to come up with signatures. And it took a couple hours to break down, and then another hour to move from one place to another, and then a couple more hours to get set back up, by 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. Brian Cash, or known as BC on this program, BC is like, well, we couldn't get the generator started, because I started the generator, I was cold. Like, as soon as this trailer pulled in here, as soon as this PetPain.com mobile broadcast studio pulled into the lot and got settled down, the first thing that I did was I pulled out the generator by myself. He's like, oh, you're going to drop it. I'm like, no, don't, just because I'm old doesn't mean I'm weak. I've had shingles, it doesn't mean I'm completely, without capability. And so I pulled that heavy generator out, and I just wanted to get the thing hooked up. So I'm asking, hey, where's the cords at? Where's adapters and stuff? I'm like, where is it at? I started yanking on that cord, and after about 4 yanks, Brian's like, hey, I can do that. I'll get that. And I'm like, all right. So I stopped puffing and puffing on it, and then Devin, I think BC's oldest or youngest, I don't know, but I think he's his youngest. Anyways, Devin's like 22 or something. He's over there like, he's a spring chicken. He's like, let me at it. I can get a good rip on that. So he starts ripping on it, and like 20 rips later, he's like, damn it. So then it was this endless escapade yesterday of getting the generator running, and that never happened. We still do not have the generator running, and it took us several hours to find access to a building when people finally came and said, it was just about getting plugged in. What a nightmare. So then we got plugged in and started running, and as soon as we got on the air, now, mind you, I've been up all night and had no sleep the day before hardly, and probably just a little tiny shut-eye in the night before that. So I'm already beat down by the time I get on the air, and I'm just like, over it. I'm like, there's no power, it's freezing. We finally got the heat running because we got plugged in. And, then we had a little interview opportunity yesterday from some people at the Sweden. One of the leaders of Sweden came in and started talking about his Wade situation and the legal trouble that he was in for being a medical marijuana patient who wasn't even a caregiver. He just had 9 plants and was allowed 12, and they got some kind of warrant and came and busted down the door. He's in this area. I mean, they arrested him, and they never charged him yet, and they didn't charge him until like later. And this was back in April. This was like in early April, and finally dragging him off to trial. And so this is what we're fighting against. This is such a completely inappropriate use of police resources. I'll tell you what. It costs a lot of money for those guys on the raid team to be out there. Those are all man hours, every single one of them. You're paying them all, at least like $30,000, $40,000 a year to be police officers. You've got several, and these guys are all advanced, right? They're just not the regular written cop or the regular street beat cop. These guys they have special weapons and tactics training. They work as a group, and that's where they're at. That's their assignment. They don't run around in traffic stops. They're not on the beat. They just take warrants and go execute them. And sometimes the warrants aren't the only things executed. It stops here. The buck stops here. We're not taking any more BS from that man Bill Schuette or his comrades or the jackbooted thugs that, people like Rick Jones, former Eaton County. It's the end of an era. And this campaign, this political campaign that we're undertaking right now is a celebration of the end of that era, or really the celebration of the beginning of a new era. We're not even going to look back at the days of old because it's nonsense, It's horrible public policy, and it was only put in place to make money from you, the citizens of this country, through the prohibition process. And it's not just the courts and the police and the prisons. Those are a part of the industry that's built up in prohibition. You got the piss testing companies, which are often owned by the judges. I mean, it's really, really terribly, horribly corrupt. None of these things serve the public in any way. This is a machinery of cash. These are mandates placed on what they call criminals, which are really not criminals. They're not doing anything that's hurting anybody, anyone. Especially these medical patients. And using the medical patients in this state as a target, where you're using their medical card as a sword instead of a shield, you ought to be ashamed of yourselves. You ought to be sticking your heads in the sand like ostriches because you're so ashamed you can't let your face be seen. That's how I'd feel if I was backing the policy and the crap that you guys are pulling by waging war against the citizens of your own state. We're not going to allow it to happen anymore. We're taking that power away because the power is in the money, and that's what's going bye-bye with the Michigan Milegalize campaign. It's to legalize marijuana for adults 21 and over. You want to call it cannabis, you want to call it, call it what you want. Weed, hemp, whatever you want to call it. Whatever that was in the pot realm before that you could get in trouble for is no longer something you can get in trouble for unless you're providing it to a minor. That's the only thing that really there could be some significant impact for you on. If you directly gave access to a minor in whatever form that was. You sold it to him, you smoked it with him, you gave it to him, you gave it to his friend, and he smoked it, whatever it is. If you gave him access, you're going to get in trouble for that under this law. But that's about it. Now, are there other rules and regulations? Yes. Is there a penalty imposed for violating those reasonable rules and regulations? Absolutely. Is the penalty reasonable as well? For sure. The only penalty that can be imposed for violation of any cannabis crime or of any violation of this act, if it gets in, put on the ballot and voted in, would be $100 civil infraction. Now, what does that mean technically? What is that? Oh, it's $100. Well, basically, it's a tax. It's a $100 tax for not obeying law. It's the same thing as if you go and you park in a handicapped spot and you don't have a placard. You're going to get a $100 ticket. In some places, it's as much as $500. It's $250 minimum now, I guess. But that's the nobody's going to haul you off to jail. You're not going to go on probation because you parked there, but you should never have parked there because it's not for you. It's for people who need close access, and you're not one of them. You don't need that, or you'd have a placard too. So that's what it is. You're going to get a $100 civil infraction fine. It's a parking ticket. You don't have to show up in court. You don't need a lawyer. There's no defense involved. You just go pay the ticket. Now, you could fight the ticket. You could say, hey, I don't deserve to pay this. I wasn't guilty of that infraction. And you know what? You might even, in that instance, get a cooperative prosecutor because there's no money to be made on prosecuting this case. And that's my point. They've turned this prosecution business into a business. They've turned it into a way to harvest cash. This is a cash harvesting machine running around culling down people from the population so that they can sacrifice them to the machine. And it's over with. It's done. You're not shooting pets in front of kids and running in and pretending like there's some big meth lab that just got busted. You're not. You got to stop that shit. And we're going to make sure that it ends here. So we need you to come down. If you have not signed the petition, we're here today, all day, and tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute. I just opened it up. We're all here. We're here all day. We've been here all night. We didn't get anybody coming by. Look, we're at a terrible location with regards to street view. We're not in a place where we can easily be seen on the street. And really, that's what we rely upon in order to get people in to, sign the petition. So we're going to catch everybody coming and going. That's our chief goal today. We should catch every single person coming and going out of the dispensary here at 2245 West Liberty at People's Choice in Ann Arbor. It's really paramount. Here's another challenge. Look, if you've been running around as a signature gatherer just volunteering, you're not trying to collect money for it. You just want it. You've got people that you know, or you didn't mind running around collecting signatures for the cause, and you want to turn them in. You can come down here and turn those in. You can turn those in. You can sign them and date them and do all the stuff you did. You get credit for doing it. Or I can't pay you for those signatures, and I'm not going to get paid for them. But we can collect them for the cause. That's what I'm saying. We can collect those for the cause. This is a drop-off point for signatures if that's what you want to do. We're going to see Jamie Lowell later on this afternoon. He'll be down here live at the Mobile Broadcast Studios because since we're in his neck of the woods. And he's going to come on and talk about what this means and what it is and how important it is. And then we're going to, I'm sure he's going to, give us accolades for doing this for 8 days. And even though it's just terrible. I don't want to bring up the number of signatures we got because it's dismally embarrassing. It's like, it's not even like, it's like in the 400 signature neighborhood. It's terrible. Just terrible. We failed with a capital F on the signature gathering. Okay, at least it's got to be a D minus. Like the lowest registering D on the scale. It's not complete. It's not a failure because, we failed at our goal, which was 5,000 signatures. So that part is a failure. We get an F or an E on that one. However, you don't put publicity here. We're in front of People's Choice. Come on down inside the station.
You're getting the full melt.
What's up with these things, Victor?
We decided to give ourselves stickers for each feature we release.
We read about 10,000 suggestions a week to create features that, as traders, we'd want to use.
10,000 suggestions? Who reads all of those?
He does.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade, you got this.
When you need legal help, you don't want to guess at who's standing next to you in court. And when it comes to a medical marijuana defense, it's even smarter to partner with a lawyer before you need one. Based in Royal Oak, David Rudoy has a proven history of not being afraid to take your case all the way to the Supreme Court and win. Find the law offices of Rudoy Law
at RudoyLaw.com.
RudoyLaw.com is a quick reference on your rights concerning Michigan medical marijuana
and up-to-date news.
That's RUDOI Law.com. Call 248-935-9074 now and talk about your legal needs. Because at RudoyLaw.com, we don't just stand up for you, we stand up with you.
Got something to hide? Canalock offers discreet and effective storage solutions that destroy odor, so nobody knows. Canalock is a patented charcoal-activated bag that discreetly stores your marijuana. Canalock is made from the same material as military chemical warfare suits. Get yours at Canalock.com. Visit Canalock.com to learn more about no-smell technology.
Hey, it's Steve Green for the Sweet Leaf in Flint, because now getting safe access to medical cannabis patients in Flint, Michigan is never more welcoming. Presenting the Sweet Leaf, a brand new patient experience bringing 12 carefully selected caregivers housed in 9 separate offices to distinctly assist you with their knowledge and reputation for excellent patient care. Classes and training coming soon in the large community room. Check it out in person, 400 South Door Highway, or call 810-259-2571. The Sweet Leaf Center in Flint, 810-259-2571.
We asked people to tell us something that happened in their past and something that might happen in their future. The good things were put on yellow magnets and the bad ones on blue. The results show the past was a pretty even mix of good and bad, yet the future was almost all good things. Now that you've seen the results of this experiment, what does it mean to you?
We all want to think about positive stuff.
Realistically, there will be downtimes.
It's great to think optimistically, but let's plan for whatever the future might bring.
Prudential, bring your challenges.
Introducing Sacred Elements, a place for natural and alternative healing for the mind, body, and soul. Sacred Elements. It's one place, all solutions.
Registered, licensed, certified, ordained.
Sacred Elements.
Massage, hypnosis, Reiki,
Sacred Elements,
raindrop, aroma and color therapy, body detox, ministry, life coaching, weight and nutrition counseling.
Sacred Elements. Next to the Sweet Leaf, 400 South Door Highway, Flint.
11 to 7 daily, closed Sunday.
Call 810-259-2570. It's the Full Melt Radio Show.
Radio show.
The girl in the pastry shop with the net in her hair is making a cannoli for you to take on your
I had a chance to make some more bumper music. I need some more bumper music so that we don't have the same bumper music all the time. To me, maybe it's just because, I'm hearing the bumper music all the time. I know not everybody else is. I don't know. It makes me wish I'd doubled the bumper music. Look, I'm lucky we got this much audio cranked out. It took me all through the overnight hours before we started this. We left for our original broadcast marathon tour. I had been up all night already working the audio for this program and putting in last-minute commercials and changing things around. So, oh, my God. It was just a lot of audio prep work for all this 24/7 broadcasting. You got to remember, we're normally a 1 hour show, one show a day week, one show per day per weekday program. So we're down here at 2. I'm typing this as we go because I'm posting this on Facebook in 3 different locations that are just mine. So we are just typing, telling you what I'm typing. We're down here at 2245 West. Oops. See, now I got Grand River in my head. Where are we at again? That's right, West Liberty. Oh, why is that doing that? You know, Ann Arbor's always confused me. You know who's got a great grip on Ann Arbor is Robert, our Board Op Bob. Hey, Board Op Bob, you're pretty good at bopping around Ann Arbor, aren't you?
You know what? In a delusion, yeah. Yeah, you know what?
In a delusion? You bop around in a delusion?
Successfully around Ann Arbor in a delusion.
Well, a delusion right now because you don't have a car. I'm just saying you know your way around here is what I'm saying, right? I mean, hey, how do you get to this place from here? You're like, oh, you just go down that way and you go left and then you go up there and it's on the right-hand side. You would have to Google it.
Yeah. Dude, I did by myself. Nobody would be, they would be like, yeah, he did too. Yeah.
You see what I got? You see what it is? All right, so we're down here at 2245 West Liberty Street in A2. If I say A2, is everyone going to know what I'm saying? See, I think, here's the thing. Facebook goes beyond, so I got to say Ann Arbor. You know, I noticed that if, on all the dating sites, like you go to one of those you got a dating app or a dating website, a lot of people, do local stuff. Like they're saying, oh, I'm in A2, looking to hang out for the night, blah, blah, blah. And they always say A2. It's weird. Ann Arbor, two A's, Ann Arbor. So it's like A squared. Jesus, don't go there. I don't know what that means. So we're down here at 2240. This is what I'm typing into the Facebook update status. We're down here at 2245 West Liberty Street in Ann Arbor. We need you to bring your signatures down if you've been volunteering so we can turn them into turn them in. We need you and your friends, or I just put family/friends, who support legalization and reasonable taxation and regulation of cannabis for adult use 21 and over. To come and sign the petition, please make sure you're registered to vote before you sign. It's free, it's painless, and won't take much time. I'm just reading over it now, just proofreading, because I got fat fingers and little buttons. Fat guy in a little coat. We need you and your family to support legalization and reasonable taxation and regulation of cannabis for adult use 21 and over to come sign the petition. Please make sure you're registered to vote before you sign. It's free, it's painless, and it won't take much time. Okay, that's good. And then we need to post it. You know what I'm going to do? Hey, could you go out and just get a good snapshot
I'm going to let you take the phone. It's in the middle of a post, but if you do this, just go out and take a nice picture of like the trailer, or I don't know, get a good shot where you can tell where we're at or what's going on. Something. It's the blue button at the bottom there. Yeah, just you can take one shot, and if it doesn't work, they'll say go back to camera up here and take another shot. Okay. Yes, you can actually take a couple shots if you want. If you keep going back, it'll just keep adding it to the post, and I can X them out if we don't like them. So go.
Trailer in the store.
Yeah, well, yeah. Try and take one that it's hard to because we're across from each other. But if you can get a shot that shows the trailer and the name of the dispensary, that would be the optimum. But it's really hard to get that shot. Trust me. You'll just take a few that look like they're good, and it would make sense to you, and like if you saw it, you would know what it meant. And then we'll put that post up. And what I'll do is I'll cut and paste that text into other places where I can post it. Because really, social media is all we've got going for us this morning. We blew our wad on the press release in Detroit when we left. Because, see, and I didn't think about this when we left. Otherwise, I probably would have modified the campaign a little bit so that either we weren't directly in the Ann Arbor area. But see, I wanted Ann Arbor. I really did. I suppose we could have gone to Traverse City, but that would have been a bigger nightmare. Bobby, can you imagine if we had the breakdown issue times 3, and one of the last cities we're supposed to go to was Traverse City? Can you imagine what a nightmare that would have been? I mean, I'd have been talking to you right now from, by the bay out in TC. You can't see the screen because, oh, it went dark. Oh, you know what? If you don't do it pretty quick, so there you go. You gotta take the picture before the screen goes dark, because if you stop, now you put your finger over the camera. There you go. Yeah, if you wait too long, it'll go black on you. I'm like, is it so bright outside that there's too much glare on the screen and you can't see it? She's trying to take a nice picture. She's out there in barely anything. She's out there in almost like morning clothes, and she's snapping the picture. I mean, she didn't throw a scarf on, a hat, nothing. No. She's basically out there in PJs, snapping a picture in this cold weather. It's like 30-some degrees out here. It's not very warm. Walked down this morning from the trailer first thing at like 5 o'clock in the morning to go grab some smokes at the local Speedway about a half a mile from here. Stopped by and got some breakfast diner food. That was handy. Oh, man, I wish I had the camera because we got 2 kissy-faced dogs. They're just so cute. I got a pit bull who just met this little Chiweenie like a few days ago. This is the first time they've met. They've been together for like a week now, and there's boyfriend, girlfriend. Look, the Chiweenie, Lily, was up here kissy-facing with, look at him kissy-facing. Look at them. They're so cute. They definitely have an affinity for each other. Look, this is the first time Jace has ever had an opportunity. I'm going to take a picture of him. So let's see.
Look at my pictures and see.
I don't know what happened now. So go back to camera. Oh, wait a minute. I'll just do this then. All right. So now I have... Oh, okay. That's good. I like that. This is a good one. 3 is a good one. Oh, you took 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like the 3rd one best. Even though it shows the trailer and it shows the people's choice.
That's the only thing I could do.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's really a hard shot to get, so thank you for getting it, because I couldn't have done much better.
When the music starts playing.
What's that?
How come your microphone fades out when the music starts playing? Do you know?
Yeah, it's because I'm coming in on the same volume knob. Here's the way we could fix this, Robert. But see, you'd have to know how to wire that board, though. You'd have to know how to plug something into the board. If I Skyped in on the phone that I take the call screener stuff on, and we plug the output of that, you see where the mic? You see the mic control volume is on the far left. You know the mic volume for you, right? You know, turn the mic up and down, right?
Yes.
So the pot right next to it, the volume control right next to it, if you go all the way to the top, at the very, very top, there's like an input spot that's got like a plug in it for an 1/8-inch cord. It's a 1/4-inch plug, but then it's got an adapter plugged in there. If you plugged directly with an 1/8-inch cord the output of the phone screener computer that you can see right there at your desk to that input, and we Skyped in on that phone instead, Yeah, see, it won't work because I got to have feedback coming the other direction. It'd need audio coming back to that computer through the soundboard, and I don't have that yet. But theoretically, we could Skype in through there, and then I would be on a different volume control, so you could turn the music down while I'm talking. But see, since I'm coming in on the same computer, we're the same level. And what I meant to do originally was, remember I said I was going to have to make a lot of audio the night before. I was going to have to redo that bumper music so that it cut down so I could talk over it. We opted not to do that because it was going to take too long, and we'd have never gotten the original music done. So the music is really loud, and there's no way you can turn it down over me. There is one thing you could do. You could control that volume from the sound card. Like when that music kicks up, you could turn that music down because the music's coming out of the Audacity, and you could adjust the volume on Audacity, like cut it in half while I'm talking, and then turn it back up with that computer, with the computer control. It's just the Audacity volume that's causing the problem. So you could mix that part in the computer instead of trying to just listen to it at equal volume on the soundboard. You know what I'm saying? Because my Skype call is coming in on a different volume control on the mixer on the computer, inside the computer, the sound card in the computer. It's a different volume control. So the Skype you could leave all the way up. And when I'm talking over the music, you could cut the music volume out of Audacity coming out of there in half. And then when I'm done talking, turn it all the way up, and then it would be normal. If you wanted to ride that gain in the computer for me, it would be a lot better sounding on the air for sure. But here's the way to do that, Bobby. There's a way to make that happen. Hey, too much excitement. Too much excitement. Excitement, especially with a big dog like that, he can bat her around just out of play and hurt her. And I've got to train him to not be too excited. She's just like coming up and nipping at his face, just giving her love bites. They're giving each other kisses. It's so cute. Look at them. I'm taking a picture. It's so yeah. I think they know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to pretend like I'm not doing it so I can get the shot. But it's.
Lily seems to know what it is when you point a camera at her.
It's so cute. These guys are just so cute. I got to get the shot though before it goes away because it's going to disappear here pretty quick. Great camera shots are fleeting. Yeah, now they're pretending like we're not kissy face. You got the camera out.
Lily, no.
Hey, don't be picking at that. She's had surgery on her foot recently, and she keeps trying to pick at the stuff. Hey, you're a pretty girl. Oh, she's so pretty. Who's that? Who is that over there? Look at them. They're so darn cute. Wait, here we go. Come on, do your thing. You guys got the kissy face. Hey, they got it out of the way, and now they're like, I'm not kissing for you to take a picture. He tries to be so gentle with her. She's so cute. This little Chiweenie is the cutest little thing since sliced bread. Here, let him be so he can play with her a little bit. Hey, spot, get your spot. Yeah, spot. Down, stay down. There you go. Good boy. Look at these guys. I'm taking a picture. Hey, getting your shot together. I think Lily's just sniffing for dog pee or something up there. She smell. Hi, Lily. No, you're not coming. No, don't come over here. Go over there. Who's that? Who is that? Who is that? Taking pictures. Little kissy faces. Hey, who is that? Who is that? Just getting a couple of shots here while they're interacting. It's good for the. It's good for I like to see the people that are helping to sponsor the fostering of this dog. I like to see that he's sniffing her wound now. She's got a little foot wound. He's smelling it. Oh, can you tell she's hurt? Aw. She's over there biting his tail. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, man, if you could only see what I'm seeing. You know, it's funny because he had his little paw over her yesterday, his little back paw over her back while she was laying there. They're both playing with their own individual toys, and he has his little back foot over her back, like, you know, first date kind of thing. Like Dion and Stretch at a movie theater, you know what I mean? You get that. So I take a couple of pictures of that, and then now he still, you can still see he wants to do the same thing with his front paw. She'll come over and hang out with him, and he'll put his arm on her, and I'm like, dude, you're too big for that. You're just way too big to be putting your big front paw over her. They're so cute. So I'll post some pictures of the dogs so you can get some updates on that. I just think they're awesome as hell. We don't eat breakfast. We'll talk to you later after this commercial break. Hang on.
You're getting the full milk.
What's up with these things, Victor?
We decided to give ourselves stickers for each feature we release.
We read about 10,000 suggestions a week to create features that, as traders, we'd want to use.
10,000 suggestions. Who reads all of those?
He does.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade. You got this.
At book club, they were asking me what you're doing now, Janice. Blogging. Your blog is just pictures of you in a mirror. It's called a fashion blog, Todd. Well, I've been helping people save money with Progressive's discounts. Flo, can you get Janice a job? You should have stuck to softball. I was so much better at softball than Janice did. Where's your wife, Todd? Vacation. Discounts like homeowners, multi-policy. I got a discount on this ham. I've got the meat sweats. It's good ham, Diane. Paperless discounts. Give it a rest, Flo. Yeah, Flo, give it a rest, Flo.
Introducing Sacred Elements, a place for natural and alternative healing for the mind, body, and soul. Sacred Elements. It's one place, all solutions.
Alkaline water, herbal remedy, essential oil,
Sacred Elements.
natural and organic shampoo, lotion, pain cream, bath salt,
Sacred Elements.
beeswax candles and handmade crafts, canes and walking sticks, artwork, jewelry, and repurposed goods.
Sacred Elements. Next to the Sweet Leaf, 400 South Door Highway, Flint.
11 to 7 daily, closed Sunday.
Call 810-259-2570.
If you're like us, your pets aren't just animals. They're members of your family. Pet Pain CBD hemp oil drops are great for aging as well as active dogs and cats. Some people are apprehensive about hemp treatments for pets. They ask us, what are you smoking? Absolutely nothing, and neither will your pet. Like other hemp-based products for humans, the allure is all of the benefits of cannabis without any of the high. The CBD oil has shown to rejuvenate the bones, joints, brain, stomach, eyes, and heart. And the drops contain absolutely no corn, wheat, soy, artificial colors and flavors, or preservatives. Pick some up today. Visit petpain.com or ask for Pet Pain at your local pet store. Petpain.com. CBD relief for your pets.
It's the Full Melt Radio Show. Not right. That was my anti-Matthew McConaughey intro. It says all right. I said not right. Never mind. Well, you know what's not right is doing a broadcast like this for 8 days and nights. 8 crazy days and nights. It's a lot. And ending up with like 400 signatures, like 50 signatures a city. I just want to bury oh my God. I'm just so dismally depressed and upset about the number of signatures. Look, we had a goal of 5,000. We didn't get one so far here on this show. And we have some people drop some off, but those don't count towards our goal. That just counts towards the overall goal, but not ours. We needed to get 1,000 signatures to even make this worthwhile. We were not even halfway there. So it's critically important that you come down here and support us, because now I'm going to go belly up trying to just collect signatures for Milegalize. This was not an inexpensive adventure. This cost a lot of money to do. And I was hoping to recoup some of it with maybe some signature money, but I don't think it's going to happen with the measly $400 we've collected so far, and I'm just shy of that. Just shy of $400. You know, maybe our goal should have been 500 signatures. We'd be like, hey, we're going to meet our goal. Well, it was 10 times that size, so we're not even 1/10 of our goal. It's just terrible. You know, even with the Channel 12 report and with the Free Press article and the picture in the paper and, you know, the live shots on TV, even with all of that, we still only got 400 people to show up at our location and sign. We're in Ann Arbor. We're in a place where this is the home of the Hash Bash. I mean, the seat of many of the homes of the homes of people that are involved in this movement. Many people that are activists in the cannabis community chose to live in Ann Arbor. And, you know, I suppose if things were different, I might choose to live in Ann Arbor, too. Ann Arbor's a nice little city. It's great if you're a biker, if you're a runner, a jogger, you got pets and you walk them all the time. You got kids, you like to take them on the stroller. Or maybe you just like to walk for exercise yourself. It's a great city for fresh air and parks and people and tolerance. There's so many people here. This is like a mini Chicago without the skyscrapers, pretty much. Because the number of the types of people that you meet here with different ethnic backgrounds is really, really huge. I mean, you've got tons of Asian people here. You've got tons of people of Latino heritage and Black and African heritage. And you've got, of course, you know, all the Slovaks and the white people from hell everywhere. It's nice to see this kind of cultural assemblance. Like, you know, literally, the shop right next to us, there's a guy here that just doesn't speak English. He's here working at his American job on American cars. He doesn't speak a word of English. And this is how I would be if I was down in, you know, Mexico, making more money than I could make at home, if that's how it was, you know, working at a shop there. Look, I don't know what you mean by, what do you want? I'd be like, talk into the translator. I have an iPhone. Talk in there. And then I'd say something back, and he's like, oh, the toilet's over there. No, I said it wrong. Siri does not know what she's talking about. Oh, God. We need the bathroom. Yeah, we came with our own portable bathroom. It just, you know, since it's all winterized, you can't really, there's no TP in the toilet. You can't put TP down the toilet in the trailer today, you know, on the whole trip. So, all of that being said, we're still down here collecting signatures. I'd like to get some interviews and some people on the air today, primarily. I guess we can start with Jeff Hank. Did I finish the post? I posted during the break with the Facebook stuff. Now I got to post on my own page the cutesiness of these dogs. It's just killing me. They're so darn cutesy. I mean, it's postcard adorable. These dogs are definitely... These dogs definitely just met each other. And I took a series of photographs. They're so cute. They just kissy face constantly. So I'm posting 10 pictures. 10 photos. They're all just so cute. This is Jace and his new girlfriend, Lily. Oh, I smell dog fart. Oh, it's attacking the dog fart. No! Watch out. Just dog fart warning. It's going to come and punch you in the face. That is nasty. Jace, maybe that's an indication he needs to go be tied up for a few minutes outside so he could do his business while nobody's looking. This dog is like a no people watching pooper. If you're watching him, if you're walking him on a walk, he will not do the number 2. He will bark the world away with whatever tank he's got juicing out on number 1, but when it comes to number 2, he will let you walk the whole day away, and then as soon as you bring him inside, hunch up a turd. Oh, it's still attacking the dog fart up in here.
It could be Lily too.
She's pretty bad, is she?
She's not really bad, but I mean, she farts for a little dog. Yes,
she's a stinker for a little dog, huh? I don't know. Whatever it was, it definitely punched me in the forehead. You know, that's how it is with this dog. It's like, oh, warning, danger, Will Robinson, attack of the dog fart on the way. We are being attacked by the colossal dog fart. It's just terrible. So here we go. We're working on trying to get at least... Look, I got to get 600 signatures in here today. It's more than we'll have gathered the whole time we're here. I need lines of people down to West Liberty coming to sign the petition. Can you bring people? Look, come and take our T-shirt challenge. If I got a show shirt. It's a premium, full color, multiple layered, full color show shirt for the Full Melt Show. And it says the Full Melt Show on the back, but it's got the giant dripping wax logo on the front. If you want to come down here and get a free T-shirt for the show, and maybe get a memento of your participation in this political process, if you grab one of these sheets, it's and go get 10 of your family, friends, dorm room member, whatever. If you come back with 10 registered voters who signed that petition and filled it out correctly on the form, I will give you a show shirt. So it's really not hard to do it. You imagine you can get 10 signatures in like 20 minutes if you're at the right place, or if you're hanging out with the right people. So we need you to act in our stead. Where we can't make those connections, we need you to make them and then bring them back here. Please, because it's so important. Look, if we do that, we've increased our collection factor by 11. Where we got one signature before, we still have that signature, and now 10 more that your family and friends put on the page for you when you came back. And you get a free T-shirt to walk away with as a memento. So, or it's not even a memento. I guess it's just a token of your. I would look at it as an award. This is what I got for collecting signatures, and after they passed the law, this is what I got for not having to go to jail because I had some cannabis. This is what I got because somebody didn't steal my bank account and shoot my dog, and have CPS take the kids away because I had a couple of medical plants growing in the back room locked up where nobody could see them. It's got to be over with. So it will be over with. It'll be over with shortly after the election in November next year, but it's going to require your participation. None of that happens without the signatures. We need 252,000. 252,000 signatures is a heck of a lot. And it's nearly impossible to do by yourself. It's even more impossible to do without money. We haven't had any national money. This has all been grassroots grown. To get the money necessary to not only there's legal issues, and you're trying to get the ballot language approved, and then there's also knowing how to do all this stuff properly so that when you do it, it doesn't it stands the test of government scrutiny. Because if those guys at the government level are like, no, if there's even a tiny, we're gonna put this under an electron microscope, and if we find anything, any minuscule flaw with a signature, we're going to shoot that bitch down. You better go find another one. And we might shoot that one down, too. Hey. Don't be doing that. Hey, Jace is trying to take her bandages off. Remember how he's all dainty?
Yeah.
He's daintily trying to take her bandages off.
No.
Hey, no. That's a no. No. They're so sweet. They're both looking at me like, what? I told her to take them off. They hurt. How much longer should she have to leave those on?
The stitches got staying for about a week.
Oh, wow. That's a long time. So it's pretty major surgery then.
They were big dew claws.
What's wrong with the dew claw?
They were double, they were big, and they were getting caught on stuff. Like blankets.
Yeah.
Sweaters.
So can't you just trim the claw? It's a claw. Can't you just trim the nail off there?
But it's still a big nail because the nerve still goes down into the nail a long way.
Oh.
And it was just a big meaty.
So in other words, you couldn't trim it because it was alive in there.
Yeah, and then there was still a meaty piece, like a finger.
That had to come out because it was getting caught too.
Yeah.
Aw. Well, I'm glad I don't have any dew claws. Hey, don't you be nipping at her. He's not nipping at her. He's remember how he eats the salt off the pizza by fleeing it off? He's trying to flee her foot off where the bandage is. He's doing a little flea thing where the bandage so he can get it off there. He's like, let me help you. You got this thing on there. Let me get that off for you. He's so helpful. He's such a good boy. He's a good boy. He's just trying to do her a favor. He's like, I'm not trying to eat her leg. I know it looks like I'm trying to eat her leg, but I'm just trying to get the bandage off. She got bandages from dew claws. So we need you to come down and sign the petition, because if you don't, we're doing this for nothing. We're not doing this for nothing. Let me trust you me. that I would not be allowing that to happen. In fact, if I don't get 1,000 signatures to turn into Milegalize by the end of this broadcast, I'm going back out on foot myself and knocking door to door and standing out in front of high traffic locations until I complete that task. It's just how it's got to be. But really, it's super important that I actually meet that goal by the end of the day. And I don't know how it's going to happen, but if every person that comes up in here, I'm going to ask them to, we need to ask every single person that comes in. See, and take it out there and get 10 of your friends, family members, and sign it, bring it back, get yourself a t-shirt. If every one of those people brought back signatures with them, 10 more, we'd meet our goal today. So that's what we're hoping you'll do. Be right back after these commercial messages. Stand by.
You're getting the full melt.
Promotional consideration provided by NoSmell.com, pioneering the storage market for cannabis users. The NoSmell patented bag technology offers users 100% smell-proof detection from even the most sophisticated of noses. NoSmell.com, so nobody knows. When placing your order for a no-smell bag, make sure to use discount code FULLMELT and take 10% off the entire order. Learn more about no-smell technology at NoSmell.com.
Young students are our future. They're eager to learn, eager to succeed, eager to make the world a better place. And they want to make it to school safely. Share the road, take care when passing, and always leave 3 feet between you and people on bikes. Bikes are legal road vehicles. We're all drivers.
Hey, it's Steve Green for the Sweet Leaf in Flint, because now getting safe access to medical cannabis patients in Flint, Michigan is never more welcoming. Presenting the Sweet Leaf, a brand new patient experience bringing 12 carefully selected caregivers housed in 9 separate offices to distinctly assist you with their knowledge and reputation for excellent patient care. Classes and training coming soon in the large community room. Check it out in person, 400 South York Highway, or call 810-259-2571. The Sweet Leaf Center in Flint, 810-259-2571.
Imagine a world where patients can use marijuana like any other medicine. The Marijuana Patients Organization challenges the status quo by helping our neighbors to enjoy a better quality of life. Visit the MPO at marijuanapatients.org and enjoy informative articles, engaging debates, and information about treatments, doctors, and dispensaries in your area. Over 50,000 people have registered at marijuanapatients.org since 2010. Join us at the Marijuana Patients Organization today, marijuanapatients.org.
When you need legal help, you don't want to guess at who's standing next to you in court. And when it comes to a medical marijuana defense, it's even smarter to partner with a lawyer before you need one. Based in Royal Oak, David Rudoy has a proven history of not being afraid to take your case all the way to the Supreme Court and win. Find the law offices of Rudoy Law
at RudoyLaw.com.
RudoyLaw.com is a quick reference on your rights concerning Michigan medical marijuana
and up-to-date news.
That's RUDOI Law.com. Call 248-935-9074 now and talk about your legal needs, because at RudoyLaw.com, we don't just stand up for you, we stand up with you.
If you're like us, your pets aren't just animals. They're members of your family. Pet Pain CBD hemp oil drops are great for aging as well as active dogs and cats. Some people are apprehensive about hemp treatments for pets. They ask us, what are you smoking? Absolutely nothing, and neither will your pet. Like other hemp-based products for humans, the allure is all of the benefits of cannabis without any of the high. The CBD oil has shown to rejuvenate the bones, joints, brain, stomach, eyes, and heart. And the drops contain absolutely no corn, wheat, soy, artificial colors and flavors, or preservatives. Pick some up today. Visit petpain.com or ask for Pet Pain at your local pet store. Petpain.com. CBD relief for your pets.
Introducing Sacred Element, a place for natural and alternative healing for the mind, body, and soul. Sacred Element. It's one place, all solutions.
Alternative healing services, specialists, natural and health goods.
Sacred Elements.
classes and training, healing circles and group sessions,
Sacred elements.
belly dancing, yoga, meditation and crafting.
Sacred elements. Next to the Sweet Leaf, 400 South Dorr Highway, Flint.
11 to 7 daily, closed Sunday.
Call 810-259-2570. It's the Full Melt Radio Show.
Radio show.
I think Bobby's got me. I think Bob finally got it down on how to do the pre-mixing of audio so that the music isn't bounding over the top of me. We're doing the 24-hour marathon broadcast. This is nothing but a publicity stunt and also hopefully highly entertaining for people who like reality stuff. When we do this for 8 days straight, it's kind of like people are stapled to our hip even when we're not actually on the air anymore. People can come back and listen to the giant media circus that this has been. This has been a traveling entourage of craziness with the dogs, because we got little dogs and a big dog, and we got people everywhere, and we're in this travel trailer, and we're really doing this monumental task of 8 days of continuous work. Have you ever worked 8 days in a row, 24/7, 8 days in a row? I mean, I've never done that before. I've worked a lot of jobs, and I've felt like I worked 8 days in a row, 24/7. Some people have 2 and 3 jobs, like 2 full-time jobs and a part-time job. I've done that before, too. Still did not measure the impact of, loss of energy. It's so draining doing this constantly, and then trying to stay healthy and stay fed and make sure the dogs are taken care of. And this has been really an exercise in just humanity. It really has. So the amount of work that's involved is crazy. And I guess there's drama that's attached. Anytime you're doing large, at the end of the day at the office, people get a little grumpy sometimes. Sometimes they're like, go away, I'll see you tomorrow. Their patience have worn thin for the day. They're kind of at their last rope. Then they go home and they get a big rest and they come back refreshed and do it all again. There's been no refreshment time in between here. This has all been just constant grind. So you can imagine that same office guy 8 days later when you're like, hey, can you give me that pen over there? Like, rah! And he's got the demon mouth. Rah! Leave me alone. What pen? There are no pens. You poke a pin in your finger and use blood. Look, wouldn't that be funny if we turned in all the signatures and we'd all signed in blood? Oh, what a mess that would be. Oh, this has gotten even cuter. Oh, it's gotten even cuter. Oh, God, the cuteness factor is off the scale. It's off the charts at this point. I mean, it's just the sweetest thing ever. Yep. Bogies. I gotta post these two now just because they're so darn. It's sweetness like overload. She's literally sitting in his lap. Oh, good Lord. Oh, he's so dangerous. This dog is a dangerous dog. Danger. No, it's just craziness. Come on, so we're going to put the... Come on. Why is it refusing to... I got 3 photos selected. I say to put them on Facebook, and it says, no, I'm not doing that. We'll do 2. It'll let me do 2. So, so this is like second date. Because before he just had his arm around her. Now she's sitting in his lap. That's pretty funny. It's that they're both just laying there as darling as ever. I wonder if I can get a third one from over top, because there's got to be a... Oh, I think I just canceled the post. I'm not sure. I got to go look now. Yeah, this is this is just pictures you have to see. I think it did cancel the post. Oh, no, wait. No, it didn't either. Yeah, second date. It put it up. So what I got to do is take another one from over top, just because. Oh, he moved. Oh, jeez. You got too close to him. You can't get that close to the subject. He's like, oh, I want you to pet me. Now she's going to go up and reposition herself. Look. She's going to climb right back in his arms. Man, you blew my opportunity to get that shot. I was going to get an overhead shot. And if you get too close, you're like, hey, what do you want? And then they move around, and you're like, no, you blew the beauty in that photo. They're so fleeting. Watching Puppy Love before. You know, the dogs in, what is that Disney movie where they're eating the spaghetti? What is that movie? Lady and the Tramp. That's what this is. This is literally Lady and the Tramp. This is Lily and the Jace. You know what? He's playing coy. He's like, hey, get away from me. I'm not interested in you. He pushed her away with his paw. She's over there sniffing. He's like, he put his paw up and shoved her away. He's like, I'm not interested in you. And that makes her more interested. It's the total dating scene. It's just crazy. He's being so delicate with his big mouth. Hey, don't put her leg in your mouth. You're not allowed to put her leg in your mouth. And as long as it's not the back leg and nip it, trying to get those bandages off, I'm okay with him. Hey, no. See, if I do the 8 thing, he knows right away that whatever behavior he's got going on is not okay. And so he laid right down and started nipping at his own paw. And now she climbed right back up in his arms again. I mean, a dog lays down, stretches his arms out, and lays his head next to his arms. She'll come up and lay in his arms. It's just so darn cute. Look, if these were dogs that have been, grown up together or were living in the same household, it'd be one thing. But this is a foster dog that was never socialized with animals or people before, and I've trained him for alpha position on this. And so the dog is totally like Lily's boss. They're back to climbing in the arms again. I should just leave the camera open because I don't know. It's just, I'm sorry. I know what I'm seeing you can't see. That's why I'm posting it on Facebook. It's just mostly on my personal Facebook page, so look up Steve Green. Oh, well, you know what? If you're somewhere else, you're not going to see it. Find the Full Melts webpage. Maybe I should put these in an ad for petpain.com or something. Pet Pain might like these shots just because it's adorable. I want to take video because their interaction is just so dainty and cute. Anyways, we're trying to do the signature collection thing. We need to multiply our collecting ability today of all days by a factor of 10. I need everybody that comes down to sign the petition today to take a sheet with them. Raise your right hand and promise to take that sheet home and have a bunch of people fill it out. Just get 10 signatures. Make it your mission to get that sheet filled out and bring it back, please. If you'll do that little bit of tiny work for us, you'll have accomplished a lot for everybody. If we can get at least to the 1,000 signature goal we need today to finish today, it would be less embarrassing turning that into Milegalize at the end. Despite the fact that we got the TV coverage and got a bunch of people motivated. Look, there's still people turning in signatures. Now, look, it's the end of the hour. We'll come right back at 9 o'clock. We're broadcasting live from 2245 West Liberty Street in Ann Arbor in front of People's Choice. You're listening to The Full Melt Show. I'm Steve Green. Stand by.
The Full Melt Show is a production of TFM Media. The Full Melt Show is intended for a mature audience. It contains adult themes, adult content, and sometimes adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
It's the Full Melt Show.
Are you high? What are you talking about?
This is the Full Melt.
The Full Melt Show. A marijuana discussion about news, culture, politics, and lifestyle. FullMelt.com. Toll free. 844-420-TALK. 844-420-TALK.
All right, we're doing it. And we're not going to stop doing it. Well, we are going to stop doing it, but it's going to be at the end of the day today. And the end of the day won't come for us until after we present signatures to Milegalize. I'll tell you what, if we do fall short of our 1,000 signature requirement, that's a requisite for this to just balance out the books for this program. Just to break even on this venture for us, it's got to be 1,000 signatures. It has to be today. So if I fall short of that number of signatures, I'm not going to stay on the air and broadcast anymore. I'm going to go knocking door to door. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find a place where I can just walk through the apartment complex and knock door to door until I get every signature I need, if that's what's necessary. You know, the place that says no solicitation? No, I'm not selling anything but freedom. And those are the doors you knock on first, because they're the ones that people always walk away from. Oh, nobody wants to, nobody's welcome here. BS, nobody knocks on that door. I'm knocking on that door. If you really, truly don't want to talk to me, you'll tell me to my face that I want to talk to you, go away, and you'll slam the door, and I'll walk away. But I'm not going to just assume that you're going to do that. Maybe you'll just take a couple seconds to sign the signature. It might take less effort for you to do that and let me go away than it will be just to stand there and yell at me and talk to me for a couple minutes and slam the door. So, I don't know, whatever it takes. I'm giving Milegalize 1,000 signatures. I'm going to give it to them. One way or the other. At least, look, if 252 of us turned in 1,000 signatures each, this would be done by now. This would be over with. If everybody rolled up their sleeves and just made the attempt that I did, look, we were successful at getting, 400 so far? 400 signatures? That's halfway to 1,000 right there. If everybody did this once during the campaign, so it would take 500 people to do this, and we'd have it done. Just meeting our meager success. I mean, really. It doesn't, in the long run, I already know that Milegalize is going to get the ballot initiative on the ballot. Because we've got the money to do it, and we'll hire additional signature gatherers to get it done. I would just like it to go down in the history books that we didn't need them so much. We didn't have to rely upon them, because we banded together and just believed in this so much that we did it on our own, which would be historic in nature. Like, I don't think that there's currently any cannabis laws on the books anywhere in the nation where they did it completely by themselves. They didn't get national money or some other help from nonprofits. This was just done by individuals contributing towards a cause. I mean, that's how big this is. So, very excited about the prospects of the future, because, back in was it April of 2009 when the Michigan Medical Marijuana Act finally took effect, when it finally, was law, active law, not on the books and waiting to happen. There was this feeling of, weightlessness in the state. Like, wow, we actually did this, and here it comes. This is we're gonna start acting like this now. And the moment we did, police started coming down with their batons and beating people up and using their guns and using their stun weapons and using their fear tactics and using their masks and all of the military hardware that they bring to bear in a special weapons and tactics situation, serving warrants. Even when they're not serving warrants, they're still showing up with these same raid teams, trying to do a scare thing at the door and hope that they can gain access so that they can do a raid on you without a damn warrant. These days of tomfoolery and trickery to steal from you for the police are done. I mean, the nails are being put in the coffin as we speak. If you're still in that coffin, you might want to get out before we finish nailing it shut. That's what I'm just speaking the truth to you. It's done. It's over with in this state. It's not going beyond this election cycle. And the people that have the final say and the final word on the appearance of the law in this situation will not be the government. We will refuse to let the government have the overwhelming authority, power, and control over this prohibitioning anymore. It's just simply part of the past. But it's not yet. It's almost there. There's still like a whole nother year in front of us. And that year is basically going to be sitting on the books and teaching people what the law means, so that when they do go to vote for it, they'll be fully informed. A lot of education goes on in the process of these ballot initiatives. Let me just see if we can scare somebody up on the phones. We've got a few minutes before break. Is there anything inspirational? Like, I'd like to get people on the phone. If you want to, by the way, I can open up the phone lines. We do have the national toll-free number in effect. If you want to call, I don't care where you're calling from. 844 toll-free 420-TALK. 844-420-TALK. Now, I'm not going to sit here and stare at the screen because I have to, Bobby, you got to pay attention. We got calls coming in. You're going to have to let me know that we have calls, and then I'll go look on the screen. But right now, It kicks me out every couple of minutes if there's no activity. So I'm not going to go ahead and waste the time focusing in a place where there may not be calls. But I'd like you to participate. If you got something to say about the Detroit City Council and their effort on trying to, limit the number of dispensaries, really cull down the number of dispensaries that are in effect now. In fact, they've already passed I think they passed the ordinances. There's been this war being waged against, they passed finally the zoning ordinance, which says, passed these crazy restrictive distances and spacing between churches and the distance you've got to be between, other special, licenses like liquor stores and tobacco stores. What they call them protected, I forget what they call them. There's a certain legal term for those class licenses. But any liquor store or tobacco store, you got to be 1,000 feet from them. You can't be near a church or school or playground or any place of public activity where children may gather. It's just nonsense. Can you imagine if CVS Pharmacy had to put up with regulations from city and state officials that said you can't locate your pharmacy anywhere near a church or a school or a playground or all these, basically saying there's no place you can locate your pharmacy? Because we're afraid kids are going to go get drugs at your pharmacy and be all screwed up and we're wasting America's future because we're giving them drugs by that. They're going to go there and get drugs. It's just craziness. And we're not going to swallow your bullshit anymore. It's pure, unadulterated, concentrated bullshit. You ever say, what's the difference between bullshit and concentrated bullshit? I mean, basically you take all the fiber out and you just got the stinky stuff left. You know what I mean? The fiber means nothing. It's just like extra wood. You suck out the fiber and you just get concentrated crap. That's what we got from the state government right now, concentrated crap. Somebody really needs to go in there and douche out that legislature. It's just terrible. The state government is walking around like it just got screwed last night. Like it just jumped off a horse. It's walking around with its gut busting full of crap. Like it just needs a good enema up in there. Just saying. And that means Governor Schneider. I'm the nerd. I'm going to fix it all. I'm a nerd. You know what I really want to do? I'd be great at doing some cartoon fun stuff, like just doing some, side sketches with voices. Like I'd play Snyder and I'd play Bill Schuette and we just, have a slap-ass session. That'd be funny. There's a lot of stuff I could do that way. I just never had the time. If I could hire producers and advertising agents to go around and sell the show and help produce the show and help handle all the technical end of the stuff that I have to do myself, if I could, just get that gear rolling, I could do so much fun stuff that, people put me on Sirius XM or something. Because look at this guy. Look at the media circuit he's got going. Look at all these crazy characters and you can't stop listening just because there's so much nuttiness going on. 844-420-TALK, but more importantly, we need you to walk the walk if you're going to talk the talk. We need you to come down and walk into the building. Not just say you're going to sign it, not just say you're going to support it, not just say you're going to vote for it. You'll never get a chance to vote if you don't come down and sign. You got to put pen to paper. It takes a few painless seconds and just pay attention to what you got to do and do it. It'll take you like 10 seconds to sign that thing, maybe 20 if you're a slow writer. If you're one of those people that has perfect penmanship, it might take you up to 25 seconds to fill that thing out. But I don't have perfect penmanship. I got chicken scratch is what I got. People, I have to print my name clearly because if I don't, you're like, what the hell does that scribble mean? I got the doctor's office scribble. I think doctors scribble like that because they got to sign their name so many times. Like, it's not gonna. It's not like the people who dot their I's with hearts or little beacons or I don't know. It's not that. What would it invalidate the signature if you signed with a heart? If you signed your name and it was Christine and you put the I and it had a little heart above the I, I wonder if that would invalidate the signature. I'd make my little I top a butthole. That's what I'd make it a little sphincter, a little pinch. I just make it winking at you there. Hey, we're changing the law. Wink, wink. It's better the wink than the alternative. I might start to talk to you. She's like, look, I just had breakfast, right? I just ate. All right. So I'm over the cute factor. Now it's just standard fare. Look, if the dogs aren't acting cute, there's something wrong. Now we know if there's something up because they're not being cutesy anymore. I think she's happier than he is. I think she's enamored with this big dog. She's like, look, this is the big guy who's going to come protect me when Coco comes to chase me away. Coco gives me a growl and a snarl and hides back under the blanket. And big dog's going to come and rescue me. He's my boy. He's handsome. 844-420-TALK. Don't let me sit out here and languish on my own. Give me a call and participate. Help jovial up my funny bone. Maybe I can, tickle yours. Funny bone, that is. Give me nothing else to tickle. I'll smack you. So unless you're giving me a nice doobie, you can come up here and smoke a doobie with us. Hey, in fact, could we smoke a doobie? Could we just, in honor of the end of our broadcast, because we're at the end, we could just, we won't do, well, you know what, we could use the pen. Let's just use the crazy pen for now, because it's so much, oh, there should be. Did you suck it dry? No. She's like, is there anything, no, I just sucked that thing dry last night, it's got to be empty. Well, it's easy because, with a joint, you're like, oh, puff, puff, pass, and pretty soon you're like, oh, I got to put it down because it's too short. With the pen, you're just like, you can just keep there and sucking on that thing all night long, and you never really realize how much you've, gone through it all. Back into another break. We're just after 9 o'clock here this morning. It's 9:15. I'm Steve Green. You're listening to the Full Melt Show and the marathon broadcast ending today. Get your butt down and sign your name to the petition in front of People's Choice at 2245 West Liberty in Ann Arbor. Back after the break. Bobby, you're doing a great job riding that gain. NoSmell.com, pioneering the storage market for cannabis users. The NoSmell patented bag technology offers users 100% smell-proof detection by even the most sophisticated of noses. NoSmell.com. So nobody knows. When placing your order for a no-smell bag, make sure to use discount code FULLMELT and take 10% off the entire order. Learn more about no-smell technology at NoSmell.com.
Got something to hide? Canalock offers discreet and effective storage solutions that destroy odor, so nobody knows. Canalock is a patented charcoal-activated bag that discreetly stores your marijuana. Canalock is made from the same material as military chemical warfare suits. Get yours at Canalock.com. Visit Canalock.com to learn more about no-smell technology.
When you need legal help, you don't want to guess at who's standing next to you in court. And when it comes to a medical marijuana defense, it's even smarter to partner with a lawyer before you need one. Based in Royal Oak, David Rudoy has a proven history of not being afraid to take your case all the way to the Supreme Court and win. Find the law offices of Rudoy Law
at RudoyLaw.com.
RudoyLaw.com is a quick reference on your rights concerning Michigan medical marijuana
and up-to-date news.
That's RUDOI Law.com. Call 248-935-9074 now and talk about your legal needs, because at RudoyLaw.com, we don't just stand up for you, we stand up with you.
We asked people to tell us something that happened in their past and something that might happen in their future. The good things were put on yellow magnets and the bad ones on blue. The results show the past was a pretty even mix of good and bad, yet the future was almost all good things. Now that you've seen the results of this experiment, what does it mean to you?
We all want to think about positive stuff.
Realistically, there will be downtimes.
It's great to think optimistically, but let's plan for whatever the future might bring.
Prudential, bring your challenges.
It's the Full Melt Radio Show.
See that. I'm not into The Walking Dead. You know what else I want to see? Better Call Saul. I'm looking for that to come back on. There's an episode about gay people on HBO. What's that called? I don't know. There's a crap. I can't remember it now. They're hanging out in San Francisco. Some gamer people. I don't know. That's a series I watch. And the one that I'm really looking forward to that really tickles my funny bone is Silicon Valley on HBO. That is a hilarious program. That is an hilarious show. See, most people don't say that. They don't get that an and hilarious are the ones that have to go together, not a hilarious. You can't say a hilarious show. It's an hilarious show. I'm a grammar Nazi. You know what? I'm such a grammar Nazi, but when I say stuff improperly, if I don't use grammar properly, in my head I'm beating myself up for what I just said, but I won't even bother to say it out loud. It's because I do that all the time with other people, too. I'm like, oh, there's some peeing going on. Peeing. There's going to be some peeing. Hey, there's going to be some peeing.
Hey.
He's going to pee back there. I know he is. That was his whole mark, is to mark some crap back there. Yeah. I know he was going back there to salt that pepper back there. No more of that. I saw him jumping up there. He's like, you got Lily up there, don't you? Oh, I'm going to come and mark the turf. Here's what happened yesterday. I watched that little dog climb up on the bench that I'm taking the pictures with these other two dogs on. He's an older dog. He's like 15, and he's kind of the grumpy old man of the house. And so he jumps up on there, and he just sits there and pees. Just laid there and peed on the whole bed. It's one of those cot things. It's a camper, but it's like a love seat or a couch that folds out into a bed. And so it's in bed form, and he just jumps up on the bed and just stands right in the middle and pees. He looked like he was taking a crap, but he wasn't. He was just whizzing a big curl. And so I'm like, oh, he's peeing. And so she gets him down, and we clean it up, and he gets scolded, and it was just in spite. It was spiteful. Oh God, it was spiteful. That was very spiteful. What happened is then afterwards there was this after we cleaned it up and tried to spray some scent stuff over it, later on Jace, who's not really peed much at all in here at all except in the other room where he's spotting after the other dogs. Oh man, attacking the dog fart again. That's really strong though. That's really bad. Jace just lifted his leg on the blanket there. No, you can't go out there. You've already been out once this morning anyways. Maybe he has to. This dog's going to poop if we don't take him out. She's like, no. You know you're going to come back in and there's going to be a surprise.
Don't let him back there.
Look, you left it open back there. I don't let him back there, but if I turn my back for a second. All I know is that there's stink coming out of there that's indicative of some other activity. It's really bad, isn't it?
Shoo-wee.
Yeah, that's not good.
You guys are nasty.
That's eye-watering right there.
Yeah.
So anyways, Jace pees on the couch in the front of it. Like there's a blanket that the dog got. And so he hit the blanket again just because the other dog's smell was there. So so there was the dog. It was just a sprinkle. It was just a spray. It was just marking. It wasn't like because when this dog pees, it's a lake. It's not just a little sprinkle. Got to be some marking going on. Stop sending me text messages. It's driving me nuts. Between Verizon and some other people sending me automatic texts, it's killing me. So I have to clear all that stuff out. I need you to get you on the phone. I'll bet you Robert's probably. Are you paying attention to the phones, Robert? Are people calling? Because I think there might be some people calling we're not getting. But I'm not looking. I'm trusting that you're going to be paying attention to that because that's what you do. No, he's going to have to wait. Oh, the old man wants to go? Oh, he's only wanting to go out because he's jelly because the other one's going out. And he doesn't like to go out. This dog does not like to go out in the summer, let alone the winter. All right, I got to put the password in here so I can... I don't like going out there either. Hey, Jake, get in here. Up in your spot. Get in the spot. He's like, no, they're dogs. They're going outside. We're boyfriend and girlfriend. We get to go together. No, it's not part of the dating arrangement. Jason be over here turning the computer off, too, sitting in the window looking for his girlfriend out there. He doesn't care about the dogs being outside. He wants to follow his girlfriend out there. That's what he wants. 844-420-TALK if you want to be a contributing part of this radio program this morning. We're interested in your comments or questions about the Milegalize campaign or what that law represents if it ever becomes law. We do have answers. If you're looking to sign a petition in your local area, it's easy to do. You don't have to necessarily come to this trailer at this location in Ann Arbor. There are places all throughout the state that are drop-off locations for signatures and where you can sign the petition. All you've got to do is go to milegalize.com. That's milegalize.com, milegalize.com. And there's a map right there. If you click volunteer, there's a map in the volunteer section of the whole state, and there's little pins on the map all over that show the locations of these signature gathering spots. There are local businesses and other shops and places. There could be car shops and restaurants. I mean, they're everywhere. A lot of dispensaries. Look, I've seen some dispensaries that aren't collecting signatures because they want to jump into the state hoopla. Like some of those dispensaries back the state's model. They think that if they do that, they're gonna be part of the group that doesn't get arrested anymore. No, you're part of the group that's falling for a program that's never going to exist. Nobody's going to go and pay the inflated prices that this overburdened, top-heavy system designed to extract money in place of the prohibitioning. Look, if we can't get the prohibition money anymore, we'll just stack it onto a legal model and we'll get it from there. We're not going to let you have that happen. You're not going to eat that pie. You can look at that pie all day long, Mr. Senator Jones, and you're not going to get a bite. None of your sheriff guys are going to get a bite of that pie. And I hope you rot in hell, Mr. Jones. You and your bastard assholes that are up there pulling crap at the state trying to screw with the system so you can profiteer and pay off your crony friends. It's going to go bye-bye. Your political corrupt ways that were entrenched in whatever manipulation you're pulling off to stay in office is done. And I hope your happy fat ass burns for it, honestly. Mr. Jones, I hate you because you're a buffoon and you're screwing with people. The same good thing goes with Mr. Shooty. I hate you with every fiber in my body. Yeah, I can't answer this call. I'm taking it anyways. Studio, we're on the air. I am, but I just said studio and we're on the air. We're doing a live broadcast. So I'm not putting you on the air, but I am currently speaking on the radio. Well, are we going in for I have an appointment on Monday. Are we still doing that? Why are we not doing an appointment on Monday? I've already look. I have a volunteer that's taking me out there. What's the issue? Well, look, I made an appointment. I made an appointment. I expect to keep it. Is that asking too much? I need to be there on Monday. I cannot wait. I need to be seen. I mean, there's some important, critical things that need to be gone over, and I cannot miss the regular appointment. I've got people scheduled to take me already, and I've broken time off of work. I have to be seen. Thank you so very much. Merry Christmas to you. Alrighty, bye-bye. They were trying to kick me off the schedule. They're like, no, we're not going to see you on Monday. I'm like, yes, you are. Please.
Yeah, it's okay for them to cancel, but when you cancel, they want to charge you.
Right. Well, no, they're doing the right thing. They're canceling on Friday. The appointment's on Monday. If you did that with them, they wouldn't give you the cancellation charge because it's when you call the day of and you're like, I'm not coming. They're like, bullshit. We got you scheduled. We're part of our revenue stream. You're going to come or you're going to pay. I don't mind that, but here's what bugs me. If you got an appointment, I've done this before. I swear to God, I've done this. If you go to a doctor's appointment, you got a doctor's appointment, they tend to overbook appointments for a reason. They triple book for a reason. They want to be back to back, and if there are any schedules, hiccups in the schedule, you can always send somebody home or reschedule them. And it doesn't matter that you took time off of work. It doesn't matter that you needed a babysitter. It doesn't matter that you've disrupted their day to meet their appointment schedule. That's right. He needs to get to tea time, and he needs to get, he needs that mortgage payment for the boat. The boat's got to get paid for. And I don't besmirch these people. They worked very hard for the money they get. The problem is you can't triple book your patients and expect that that's appropriate patient care. It's not. You book your patients accordingly, and if you can't keep track of them and you can't wrangle them together.
I don't care if you went to school for 12 fucking years. My time is just as important as his time.
That's correct. And what they do is they don't look at it that way. They think that their time's more valuable because I'm more educated. I got a degree. I've been to Attack of the Dog Fart. It's just bad. Well, that's not her. It's going to be him.
Yeah, that does smell like a pretty big one.
That's nasty. So, the thing is when they overbook like that, when doctors overbook, and then make you sit around in the doctor's office for 3 or 4 hours because they couldn't see you because they got so many people that did show up instead of canceling out. You know what I do? I warn the lady that's up at the front desk. I said, look, if I did this to you, you'd be charging me for this. And I'm telling you, my time is worth this much money per hour. And I tell them, if you continue to keep me here for an additional hour, I'm going to bill you for every hour that you make me stay before you see me at the appointment. And I've actually sent that bill, and they've paid it. I got the doctor to pay his debt bill to me for making me wait in the office for 2 hours before he could see me. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable at all. I'll tell you what. If my appointment with the doctor was for 3 o'clock and I didn't show up until 5, he'd say, "Sorry, you got to see you another day. We got to reschedule you, and we're going to charge you for missing your appointment." They didn't have a gap. They didn't need to charge me for missing that appointment. They had somebody right behind me who just didn't have to wait an extra length. It's double booking, it's double playing, and it's taking unfair advantage of patients. You can't be doing that, doctors. And if you do it to me, I'm going to charge you for it. Just fair warning. I've been paid for it before. I know my legal standing on this. If I took this to court, if I took my doctor to court and said, now the doctor might also not treat me after that. He might be like, I don't have to care for you. You're right. But you better not mistreat me or abuse me by overbooking me and making me wait for 2 or 3 hours on an appointment. I won't stand for it. These people just told me I'm not going to see you because, we've only got one doctor now that day, and we're going to have to reschedule all his appointments for something else because he's got to see other people. Bullshit. You scheduled me. You better figure out a way to see me. That's your responsibility, not mine. I don't play no games. I don't play those favorites. I care about you. I respect you. I try to respect your space and understand you, and I expect you. You're going to do the same for me. If you don't, I'm going to call you out on it. All right, so we're doing this business of collecting signatures for Milegalize. It's going to be embarrassing when I turn the signatures in, and then it's even going to be more embarrassing when I have to go out and collect those signatures door to door on my own. And I'm going to do it. If you guys don't come down and make it happen, you're going to force me out into the street to do the door to door thing, just to keep the books even, so that I didn't pay for nothing to gain all these signatures. And I need your feedback on this. If you want to talk about this, if you're listening to the program, 844-420-TALK. It certainly would be nice to, after having employed the people to connect the phones to this system, so we can do this like a regular real radio show instead of some, what are you doing? No. He knows better than that. No. You better give him a toy. Give him a... There you go. That's yours. That's what you chew on. Good boy. He's a good boy chewing on that. He's got the toy now. You know what he's going to do? He's going to chew on it, and then Lily's going to get jealous. He's going to throw it down to Lily, and she's going to drag it around and entertain him with his toy. That's what you give Jace the toy. He chews on it for a minute, and then Lily likes it, gets jealous, comes up there to see, hey, is that a toy? Can I have that toy? He's like, sure. And then so she takes the toy and drags it onto the ground and then drags it back and forth in front of him just to entertain him. It's kind of amusing. I'd like to see people calling. I'm not seeing anybody call. Yeah, it's frustrating. I know people are busy and they're working and they're taking care of kids and they got, you got your life going on. But I hope you would interrupt. I hope that people would interrupt their lives long enough to at least sign the petition. If you're not going to sign it with me, sign it with somebody. Again, if you're in, you're not in Flint, maybe you're up in Bad Axe, or say you're in Clare, or maybe even Gaylord, or one of the northern Michigan cities, or maybe even in the UP. If you're up there at Copper Harbor or Iron Mountain, there's a whole bunch of places. Excuse me. If you're up there, there is a place where you can go and sign the petition during normal business hours when they're open. You just got to look at milegalize.com, click on volunteers, and then look at the map. It'll show you the closest place to you, and then you can go sign. And I hope you do. It looks like we've got some call screening going on. Really? Am I logged into the right computer? I don't know. It looks. Did I accidentally right-click on something? Because I don't think you're supposed to be able to put the call stuff in from here. Something's not. I'm going to see if I can, because it's weird if you can. Yeah, caller data line 4. It's letting me type it. I'm going to do it and see if it works. Bum call. A bum call is coming in from nowhere. I'm going to finish filling it out. I think it's funny. Because it says caller name, bum call, city, nowhere. Comments, nothing. I got absolutely nothing to comment on. And then I'm going to... I can't type. It doesn't matter. It's all just practice anyways, but... No, see, it made me exit. It wouldn't actually put the callers because I told you can't call screen from that computer. There's no call there anyways. I was just trying to fill out the caller ID data so that if I was to pick up that line, it would say who it was, but it wouldn't go on there because it's the wrong computer screen. The other computer screen that does call screening has to do that. Oh, it's so technical. Shut up, Green. So I need you to get down here. What else? There's got to be some marijuana news we can talk about. This is just killing me now. I know there was some stuff yesterday that came about that I didn't get a chance to talk about. Let's just see if we can pick up from where we left off there. It's nice to have the marijuana news. And now, the marijuana news. I'm waiting for PNN to start. This is the Pot News Network. Try to collect nonstop signatures for Milegalize to legalize cannabis for adults 21 and over. Be right back.
You're getting the full melt.
At book club, they were asking me what you're doing now, Janice. Blogging. Your blog is just pictures of you in a mirror. It's called a fashion blog, Todd. Well, I've been helping people save money with Progressive's discounts. Flo, can you get Janice a job? You should have stuck to softball. I was so much better at softball than Janice did. Where's your wife, Todd? Vacation. Discounts like homeowners, multi-policy. I got a discount on this ham. I've got the meat sweats. It's good ham, Diane. Paperless discounts. Give it a rest, Flo. Yeah, Flo, give it a rest.
It's Steve Green for the Sweet Leaf in Flint, because now getting safe access to medical cannabis patients in Flint, Michigan is never more welcoming. Presenting the Sweet Leaf, a brand new patient experience bringing 12 carefully selected caregivers housed in 9 separate offices to distinctly assist you with their knowledge and reputation for excellent patient care. Classes and training coming soon in the large community room. Check it out in person, 400 South Door Highway, or call 810-259-2571. The Sweet Leaf Center in Flint, 810-259-2571.
What's up with these things, Victor?
We decided to give ourselves stickers for each feature we release.
We read about 10,000 suggestions a week to create features that, as traders, we'd want to use.
10,000 suggestions? Who reads all of those?
He does.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade. You got this.
If you're like us, your pets aren't just animals. They're members of your family. Pet Pain CBD hemp oil drops are great for aging as well as active dogs and cats. Some people are apprehensive about hemp treatments for pets. They ask us, what are you smoking? Absolutely nothing, and neither will your pet. Like other hemp-based products for humans, the allure is all of the benefits of cannabis without any of the high. The CBD oil has shown to rejuvenate the bones, joints, brain, stomach, eyes, and heart. And the drops contain absolutely no corn, wheat, soy, artificial colors and flavors, or preservatives. Pick some up today. Visit petpain.com or ask for Pet Pain at your local pet store. Petpain.com. CBD relief for your pets.
Imagine a world where patients can use marijuana like any other medicine. The Marijuana Patients Organization challenges the status quo by helping our neighbors to enjoy a better quality of life. Visit the MPO at marijuanapatients.org and enjoy informative articles, engaging debates, and information about treatments, doctors, and dispensaries in your area. Over 50,000 people have registered at marijuanapatients.org since 2010. Join us at the Marijuana Patients Organization today. marijuanapatients.org.
It's the Full Melt Radio Show.
I just want to listen and tune in and see how the mixing is going, because it sounds like Bobby's got that mixing thing down, and the problem is that by the time I get to it, I'm never going to tell. Listen.
Oh, he's got it down. Bobby, you got that down pat.
I'm just telling you, you're doing a great job with that pre-mix thing. It's perfect. It sounds good. It was rough and tumble for the first 7 days. Now that we're going to go home, it's all sounding awesome. Go figure. Let's see if we can get Jamie on the phone. I know he's not. He's like, I'm going to see you later on today. We're going to see you later today. He's going to come in for the interview so we can present the lousy 400 signatures we got to him. And it's going to be precarious. Even, we got to just double check him over, make sure that all the stuff is right on all that stuff before we hand him over to him. We want to give him all the good ones, not the bad ones. I think every signature counts. I'll let them scrutinize, but I just want to scrutinize before I hand it in. I know at least what will be validated for. Good Lord. Let me see if I can get Jamie on the phone. Jamie Lowell. I've got his personal phone number. Jamie Lowell. I can text him on the phone. Now, Jamie Lowell. Okay, here we go. That was my Jamie Lowell theme song music while I'm looking him up. Can you come on the air and chat by phone? And then who else do we got? We got Richard Thompson. Ricky Thompson. He needs a different theme song. Like I don't know. We should put the Rick Thompson theme song to That Girl music. Remember That Girl? That's like a really long time ago. That's like before I was born. Marlo Thomas. Actually, it's right around when I was born. I think that's like late 60s, isn't it? Isn't That Girl late 60s?
I think so.
That's where she throws her hat in the air, walking around in New York City.
Oh, yeah, that's 60s, 70s.
Like late 60s, very early 70s. Yeah. Is Marlo Thomas still around? Is she dead? I think she's still alive. I think maybe she died recently, but I think she's still alive. I got to look up Marlo Thomas now. Look at the wiki on her.
Okay, there we have one more. Proper link done.
Oh, okay. So I said, there's Marlo Thomas. No, she's not dead. Live and kicking, according. Oh, he says he was going to come there, but he says he can't. What the hell? Marlo Thomas is alive and kicking. She was born, by the way, and I did not know this. She was born in Detroit, Michigan. Really? There you go. You know who some other famous Detroiters are? Name some famous Detroiters. Oh, I'll name a couple right now. Wait a minute. Kid Rock and Eminem. Okay, some music famous guys. Casey Kasem is a Detroiter. Casey Kasem's dead now. America's Top 40. We got the long distance dedication for Bill Schuette. We're going to play F You Blind by Kid Rock, another Detroiter. No, Casey Kasem went to Wayne State University. He's a graduate of Wayne State. Another famous Detroit area person, Phyllis Diller. Phyllis Diller's from Ann Arbor. She had a house in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Yeah, also dead. Who else is famous from Detroit? Name some famous Detroiters. Call us and name some famous Detroiters as we try and carry on this marathon. We're just rambling on now, hoping you'll come down and sign the damn petition. What else can we do to get people to come down and sign the petition? What do I got to do? Streak naked down the freeway and get arrested? I mean, what do I got to do? Anything to get you to come down and sign the petition. Get the people here who haven't put pen to paper. That's who we need. We need registered voters interested in legalizing adult cannabis use for 21 and over members of the Michigan Society. Does that make sense? I just rambled it out. I just spit Michigan Society. What the hell is that? Michiganders. Michigan residents 21 and older. That's who we're legalizing cannabis for. Taxing, regulation. Reasonable. You're not getting busted for pot anymore. If you are, you're getting a $100 ticket. If you can't afford a $100 ticket when you got free weed running around, then, what good are you? It's a dream we shouldn't have to be dreaming. This should already be like this. This is just because we let government wrangle this out of our control. We let them twist us into something, and we let the corruption worm turn until it got so big and fat it was like that thing coming out of the sand in Dune. You ever see Dune, the movie Dune? It's not a scary movie. It's a futuristic sci-fi movie. Dune is about... It's a sandworm kind of thing that it hangs out and it burrows. It's like as big as like a subway tunnel, and it just runs around burrowing in the sand, and it comes eating people. And what it does is it hears sound, it hears movement, so it can track vibration in the sand, and it'll come and eat you. And so that's at the futuristic planet Earth, I think. No, he's dead now too. The guy that played the big fat guy in Dune, he's dead. He was floating. At some point, he's all festered up with all kinds of illnesses. He's got pus and sores all over him. He's floating in this floating. It's really kind of a gross movie. He's shiny, all Vaseline-y looking. It's disgusting. But yeah, the movie Dune. I don't know why was I making the reference to Dune for? The worm? I don't remember. The worm. Yeah. Yeah, I was that's what it was. Referencing the worm. Yeah. There's a lot of worm references this morning, I've noticed. The dog worms, I've noticed that one. And then the worm reference in Dune. And then there was another, the worm turns. We let the worm turn for too long. That was another worm reference. All within an hour and a half. All worm references. Go figure. How do you manage to do that? Stuck. I think Jamie just texted me. Now that I figured out that Marlo Thomas is still alive, I think Jamie said, "Oh yeah, I can come on, but I can't come down." Let me see. 22. Yes, I was. He says, "Yes, I was going to come there today, but I have family obligations. Let me know when and what number." Man, you promised. I've been telling everyone you were coming and will be here to collect our signatures at the end. Man, who am I going to turn the signatures over to now? Just take them home and wipe my butt with them like toilet paper? Maybe I will now. Thanks, Jamie. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. It's not going to be comfortable anyways. That would not be effective toilet paper. Legal sheets are crispy and hard. That's all I'm saying. And they probably wouldn't be big enough for me. I need like 3 or 4 of them. Oh, the things you'll say and do. What did I do there? Somehow I recorded something, me laughing or something. I don't know. I said, "Man, you promised. I've been telling everybody you were coming and to be here to collect our signatures at the end." I'm giving him the guilt trip. He just got back from, he couldn't come here before because he was getting the Trailblazer Award. Now he's like, "Oh, I got family obligations." Like, what? Why didn't you think about the family obligation? Don't you have show obligations? It sounds like you got a show obligation, too. Oh, man. All right, so now we got nobody from Milegalize coming. It says, "My brother accidentally shot himself." Oh, no. So we got one of those, accidental shooting situations. That's not good. I'm so sorry, Jamie. That's not good. I didn't mean to broadcast all that. I wasn't trying to say all that on the air. Go take care of your family. Sounded like we had somebody coming in. Who can, I want to know who's coming from Milegalize to take our signatures. Hang on, I gotta fix it. Man, I got 2 L's on Legalize. That's not gonna work. Coming now. Look, I'm not stopping broadcasting until somebody from Milegalize comes down here and takes our signatures. And I don't want some lackey. I want some board member. I need somebody on the board to take our signatures. I'm not just going to hand them over to some other guy. I have no guarantee that some other guy's going to do whatever some other guy does to get them to where they're supposed to some other guy go. I got nothing. Yeah, I need the formal presentation. Even more so, I need to turn these. Maybe Chuck Ream can come over. Maybe Chuck can come down. Someone needs to come. Chuck Ream might come down here and take some signatures. Chuck's taking a board member on Milegalize. I don't know. I think he's a board member. Chuck Ream used to own Arborside. It's owned by Rory Gold owns Arborside now. I think he sold his interest in Arborside to Chuck. And so now Chuck's just an activist and runs around helping to work out these city campaigns for just individual city ordinances. And then also, because we got a great track record. We're the only state in the country that runs around changing city law so that we can eventually change state law. Nobody else in the whole country is running around doing what Chuck Ream and originally Tim Beck, who that guy's a turncoat jackass traitor. Now Tim Beck, I'd spit in his face just as soon to look at him right now. Here's Tim Beck. So first off, the guy, you know, you gotta tone it down. It's principally responsible for doing the first Medical Marijuana Act. It was mostly Tim Beck was behind that. And he did a great job of getting that done. But then later, he turned coat on everybody. I'll tell you the details about that after the break. We're down here in front of the People's Choice in Ann Arbor. Come down and sign the petition.
You're getting the full melt.
When you need legal help, you don't want to guess at who's standing next to you in court. And when it comes to a medical marijuana defense, it's even smarter to partner with a lawyer before you need one. Based in Royal Oak, David Rudoy has a proven history of not being afraid to take your case all the way to the Supreme Court and win. Find the law offices of Rudoy Law
at RudoyLaw.com.
RudoyLaw.com is a quick reference on your rights concerning Michigan medical marijuana
and up-to-date news.
That's RUDOI Law.com. Call 248-935-9074 now and talk about your legal needs, because at RudoyLaw.com, we don't just stand up for you, we stand up with you.
What's up with these things, Victor?
We decided to give ourselves stickers for each feature we release.
We read about 10,000 suggestions a week to create features that, as traders, we'd want to use.
10,000 suggestions? Who reads all of those?
He does.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade. You got this.
Hey, it's Steve Green for the Sweet Leaf in Flint, because now getting safe access to medical cannabis patients in Flint, Michigan is never more welcoming. Presenting the Sweet Leaf, a brand new patient experience bringing 12 carefully selected caregivers housed in 9 separate offices to distinctly assist you with their knowledge and reputation for excellent patient care. Classes and training coming soon in the large community room. Check it out in person, 400 South Door Highway, or call 810-259-2571. The Sweet Leaf Center in Flint, 810-259-2571.
If you're like us, your pets aren't just animals. They're members of your family. Pet Pain CBD hemp oil drops are great for aging as well as active dogs and cats. Some people are apprehensive about hemp treatments for pets. They ask us, what are you smoking? Absolutely nothing, and neither will your pet. Like other hemp-based products for humans, the allure is all of the benefits of cannabis without any of the high. The CBD oil has shown to rejuvenate the bones, joints, brain, stomach, eyes, and heart. And the drops contain absolutely no corn, wheat, soy, artificial colors and flavors, or preservatives. Pick some up today. Visit petpain.com or ask for Pet Pain at your local pet store. Petpain.com. CBD relief for your pet.
It's the Full Melt Radio Show.
Hey, we're back, and I didn't even know we're back. I noticed the commercial ended, and Bobby's riding the gain, and I'm like, wait a minute. Son of a bitch, give me a drink. Yesterday, I'm trying to send Bobby food money. He's like, I don't want your food, but I'll take some Jaeger. You want to send me some Jaeger money? I don't know. Oh, poor Bobby. He was having a bad day. He was just needing to come home and nip on something to make him feel better. He was having a real bad day. I think I was the cause of his real bad day. Yeah, no, Bobby doesn't smoke the weed. If Bobby smoked the weed, he'd climb up a tree, and we'd have to call the fire department to get him down. Just saying. Isn't that true, Robert? Has that ever happened before? They had to call the fire department to get you out of the tree? I got nothing for Bobby. He's busy. He's like, shut up. I can't monitor the phones and talk to you at the same time. Oh, he's going up there to piss when you're not looking. You know that's what his activity is. Little dog's going up on top of the pillows behind Mama. Every time she goes to do something, sitting down right there at that spot, she jumps up there. Mama can't see me behind her. I'm going to pee on this stuff. He's going to do it. I'm telling you what, that dog is determined to mark that spot. We better get some plastic out now. I'm just saying we better put that stuff in some covers because he's already indicated 3 different times, I want to mark this spot. We just didn't give him a chance to. He gets up there and he's like, I'm going to. And he's like, if I do it, I get a whipping. I do it. Yeah, here he comes again for attempt number 4. He's going for it. He's like, yeah, but the more I try, the more chances I get. Hey, if you didn't reach into the fishbowl and pull a prize out the first time, I'm going to get one on swipe 2 or 3. It's like playing the claw game where you put the quarter in and you drop the claw on the stuffed animal. You keep putting another quarter in. That's what he's doing right now. I'm going to put another quarter in. Anyway, we got a lot of excitement happening down here. It's been a traveling circus, an entourage of freaks and friends. Mostly friends, sometimes freaks. I think the freaks make up us, and the friends are like everybody else. It is a sideshow. It's a carnival sideshow. The only thing we're missing is like the person with the big rubbery, stretchy skin, and then maybe the bearded lady. I mean, if I put some eyeshadow on, I suppose I could pass for the bearded lady. I couldn't pass for the bearded lady, and I don't look good in eyeshadow. But you got to do something. I got to do something to dress this place up and get people to come down here and pay attention. What do I got? Oh, there he went. Back up. He put another quarter in that machine. That dog's going to mark the spot. I'm telling you, it's going to happen sooner or later. This is not about a matter of if, it's a matter of when that dog marks. He's like, it's going to happen.
Buy another plastic sheet.
Yeah, well, he needs like a Texas catheter or something he can just run around with. So it just collects. He lifts his leg and it just goes in the bottle. That's pretty funny. Why do they call it a Texas catheter? Like, why isn't it like a New Orleans, why isn't it a Louisiana catheter or a California catheter? It's easy. It's easier to say a California catheter. Well, you know what a Texas catheter is, don't you? A Texas catheter, instead of it going up inside you, wraps around the outside of you. It's a male thing. So it's like a condom that goes on there. So that it goes on like that instead of like a pole going up in there. Usually, I watch CNN.
I didn't think you'd be so lucky as to get one like that. I thought they always...
The insertion? No, the Texas catheter is for like, just for like urine collection. Just like, you don't have to be catheterized. Usually when you have to be catheterized, it's because you can't go. Like nothing will come through there. So they put that thing in there. But if you've got no continence, like if you can't keep it from coming out, then they do the Texas catheter thing because you're much less likely to get an infection. But that's why I don't know why they call it a Texas catheter, but I've always heard it referred to. You're not shoving anything down that on me. That little spot is not something for you to put things into. That's all I'm saying. You won't find me, keystering anything in that spot. It's just not happening. I gave Janine a visual image headache. she's got a migraine from that image now. Oh, she's laughing at my joke and is cringing because her back hurts. Okay, so it was misinterpretation. Oh, so Jamie says he could be here in about 45 minutes for maybe 10 or 15 minutes on his way to work. So but see, he was. What'd you say, Robert? Did you say something, or was that me coming back to myself?
Must be a feedback.
All right, plug back. Yeah. Orion, yeah. Yeah, okay, sorry. Oh, he got the Shazoo out again. Shazoo and Shazam, I swear to God, are cousins. you remember the Shmoo? If I say Shmoo, who's the Shmoo? Hang on, I gotta put my head. I can't hear you. Hold on. Say something again. Shmoo? Say it in the microphone. Oh, yes was your guess? Oh, no, you can't say yes.
Check, 1, 2. Check.
I can hear you goldenly.
All right.
Not a correct answer.
So,
do me a favor and monitor the show on your phone. Try and log into my Wi-Fi so it doesn't count, my data. But log your phone into my Wi-Fi and then listen to Spreaker and make sure the levels are cool. They're not broken up and distorted or whatever. But then you're getting ready to go home at 3. Was Liz coming to get y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get us up and running. It's 2:00. Isn't it top of the hour? Yeah, with 58. So we got 2 minutes.
Right. Yeah, Yeah, then I got to figure out my car. So that whole situation put a wet blanket on any kind of extra, times.
Free time.
Right.
Yeah. Nickelodeon is post my childhood. Like Nickelodeon. Right now, have you plugged into the soundboard on phone?
So if Nickelodeon was on when you were a kid, and I'm sure it was.
Can you hear me?
It was not fair that I had access to it. If I wanted to watch cartoons, it had to be on Saturday or Sunday morning. You had to do it live.
No, I hung up the phone.
You hung up the phone?
Yeah.
Mom and Dad were taking over.
Okay.
And that's how it was when I was a kid. If you missed your cartoons, if it's 5 o'clock and there's certain things that's coming on, and you miss your cartoon, you just wait until it comes out an hour and a half from now and catch it again. I had to go, cartoons until next weekend. And my dad was a bastard. He'd come out in the morning on Sunday and turn off our only morning cartoons and make us watch Abbott and Costello. He'd make us watch, Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein or something. And we were so mad. Oh, the Three Stooges 2. And then what else? There was something else that would play. Oh, there was sometimes...
I want to play Curie.
Oh, we're going to watch Gunsmoke again.
You ever heard Curie?
You can watch that same episode of Gunsmoke like 7 times.
Say Curie. Curie.
Yeah, I'll play it for you real quick. We can't. We're about to go live. Hang on.
There was that was Bonanza. You got Bonanza, and then you got Gunsmoke. You ever watched Gunsmoke? Gunsmoke was the longest-running TV series until The Simpsons. It was 25 years on the air. Simpsons beat them. Yeah. And until The Simpsons came along, Simpsons also stole Fred Flintstone's record. Fred Flintstone was the only primetime cartoon animated show in a season that aired beyond one season. In prime time. Up until then, The Flintstones was the only animated show. And of course, The Simpsons has always been a primetime animated show since it went on. I'm
top of the hour, man. We're ready to go.
They must have signed some sweetheart contract a long time ago. Because I don't know if The Simpsons still gets the kind of ratings that they used to get. And it's a tremendously expensive show to produce. I mean, that show's got huge production costs because all the animation and editing is done over in Korea. And all of the voicing is done here in the United States, and they're not even in the same room doing these voices together. Like, they cut their parts independently.
Waiting for you, man.
And some guy like me has to cut them all together and make a cartoon sound out of them. And then I got to sound sweeten that with the special effect, the sound, the music, and all that stuff's got to go in. And then they do the animation to that. So they do all the sound first. Did somebody knock him?
Are you high?
Hello?
The Full Melt Show. A marijuana discussion about news, culture, politics, and lifestyle.
The Full Melt Show is intended for a mature audience. It contains adult themes, adult content, and sometimes adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
It's the Full Metal Show.
Are you high? What are you talking about?
This is the Full Melt.
The Full Melt Show. A marijuana discussion about news, culture, politics, and lifestyle. FullMelt.com. Toll free. 844-420-TALK. 844-420-TALK.
Hey, if this is supposed to meet me, I can't hear a damn thing. Bobby.
Yeah, I can't hear you. You didn't chime in. You're live right now. We just hit the segment end.
Something's wrong, man. I can't hear the audio. Go back to the top. Boy, this is not how I was planning on doing this. Stop this and go back to the top. I got to hear that audio. I'm not hearing it. Did you turn something down or up? What happened?
I don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to hear it. That's bizarre. You're Skyped in. Where's Skype? It's up.
I'm not hearing the music at all.
Well, either that or it's this.
No, it's not team. No, it's not team. No, it's not team. No. Yeah.
Weird.
The playback is coming on there, but I'm not hearing it. You know, you just turn the hour down. I can't hear it if you turn that down.
Well, we could try system sounds. Quit it. No, that shouldn't be all the way up like that. Jeesh. It's good there. And you moved all my windows now, too. So let's try it again.
20
Not here.
Talk. 844-420 Talk.
Can you hear that?
No.
All in all, the clock was slow.
Right? See, I won't be able to control this remotely unless I can hear the audio. Hey, stop. Trying to hear the show audio.
The Full Melt Show is intended for a mature audience. It contains adult themes, adult content.
Yep, not still hearing it yet. Something's not right, Robert.
I don't know. Well, let's see. Is everything plugged in? And
there's nothing about being plugged in. This is all coming out of the
Wait a
computer. You got the control of everything right there in that that
that's up too.
Window controller. But I could hear the show fine this morning earlier.
So it's something on your end, Steve. Is there anything that could be different?
No, really not. This is all your end.
Back in.
I'm hearing you. I just can't hear the other. If there was something at my end, I couldn't hear you. I can hear you fine. I'm not hearing the show audio when I can see it clearly playing on the screen. So this is a configuration at your end. I've only got one in and out. My end is coming in fine because I can hear you. You've got multiple controls there. One of them is not sending this way.
I don't know what it is. Try.
What if I start the audio at my end? I can do that. Hang on, let me try doing the audio at this end. See if that fixes it. Just sucks though because, okay, well, the caller thing is coming through this board, so I know I'll get that because you're coming through the board. This is coming out of the same. Yeah, I don't know. Let me try audio at this end. See, now I'm already like freaking. How many minutes? How many minutes at the top of the hour are we?
7.
Damn it! All right, hang on. This is live radio, folks. Bobby has no relief. Bored out Bob going home, and so I'm trying to cover from this end.
Yeah, I wish I was going home.
You're going to on the endless search of taking care of the car issue?
Working.
No, you're going home pretty soon.
Well, I don't know. I've got some things to figure out. It's a marigold.
Dude.
All and all. Let's sing.
No. Off by a little bit, but I won't
Contains adult.
Hang on. No, nobody, but Robert, just for the record, nobody talks over the show audio. When the show audio plays, everything else goes quiet. That means you and me until the show audio says we can talk, please.
I don't hear any show audio.
And go.
The Full Melt Show is intended for a mature audience. It contains adult themes, adult content, and sometimes adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
It's the Full Melt Show.
Are you high? What are you talking about?
Listen to the Full Melt Shows. Our tour here is in front of the People's Choice. 45 West. I swear to God, I could hang out outside the CVS and get more people to sign the petition than I've got sitting in a parking lot away from the road. It's just bad. But it doesn't matter. Every single signature we collect is golden. So everyone counts. I really wish people would just rush up here. I wish you just get a big golden rush of people. I got to get above 400 before Chuck comes. Really, 400? 400 is going to get what? I don't know, like 560. It's all I'm going to have out of this for signatures is 560. Yeah, I got to pay at least like 13 hundo. So we're way, way out of the park. And that's without me getting anything. That's just paying for the cost. I'm not going to get anything anyways. I'm not looking for anything. I'm just trying to stay alive and collect signatures for Milegalize. The whole thing is, you know, it's funny. You know, I think some of the best tape from today is when we were playing. We were talking about, we're just reminiscing, BSing, kind of killing time here a little bit in between, and we were talking about. I was trying to see. I was playing the millennial game. You know, I learned a long time ago that millennial kids have very disconnected senses of. I guess what's the point? And Robert's not millennial, but I think his mindset is still millennial. Like, even though he's pre-millennial, his mindset is millennial. So, and this just kind of proves the theory. Like, about 10 years ago, or not quite 10 years ago, pretty close though. 10 years ago, there was this, almost 21-year-old girl, Nicole Salem. Now, Nicole used to. I hired Nicole to intern for the production department at 97.1 FM Talk in Detroit. And Nicole came in. She's a good-looking young girl. She's ambitious. She just got out of spec. She's got a great voice. She can read well. She sounds good. She's got like every marker in the checked category for this girl is hireable and saleable and commercial and works in this format. And, great for the sales department, great for the programming department. So the deal is that Nicole was inexperienced, so she needed to get some experience. So we hired her to do some, I don't know. I think I was talking to her about the news department originally. And then she got hired away to do metro traffic. Anyways, she was in the production room one day, and I was like, look, Nicole, I need this little part recorder. Can you play this part for this commercial I wrote? And she's like, yeah. So she does her lines, and then I'm editing it, and she's fascinating by the editing of digital audio. And if you just highlight a little portion on the screen and click the space bar, it plays that blip, 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 just that little whatever you did. And if you press it real fast several times in a row, it'll be like blip, 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 blip. And so I said, listen, I can max headroom you. Blip, 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 blip. Nicole. And then she's like, what the hell is a max headroom? And instantly I realized that I had just at that moment had turned old. If nobody knows, if I'm standing around a colleague and they don't understand the reference from the mid 80s, I'm old. And so for the last 10 years, I've had myself mentally in the old category because, youngins don't understand. See, I'm already doing whippersnapper and youngins. They just don't understand the cultural references from the mid 80s. Some of them even as famous as, Back to the Future or Family Ties or The Cosbys. I mean, just simple 80s, common, everyday cultural references, popular pop culture, completely lost on the millennials and apparently some pre-millennials. So it was interesting to hear when I was talking about something as old as Star Wars, which remember the Star Wars theme was created back in 1975, and it was probably actually put together by John Williams earlier than that. Remember the film came out in 75. I'll bet you he was working on that score for a couple years before it came out, knowing that he had to score this film. And a lot of that film never got scored until after it was shot, until after the post-production shots were ready. Then he could see what he was scoring to, and he could add some flair to it with music. And so there's this great piece of Star Wars music earlier in the day, and I'm playing the Millennial Game. And I'm going to take up to play this in the future, the Millennial Game, and see if people can get pop culture references from the 80s as a millennial. And if you win, you get a prize. Now, Bobby should not get a prize because he couldn't figure out the music that I was playing was the Star Wars theme. He wanted to say it was Indiana Jones or I don't know. He had me made it was hilarious, but I think it's the best audio of the day, frankly. So Bobby gets best audio of the day, even though I probably pissed him off because I used blasphemous language, and then I said F me because he made me mad because he was doing something he just knows you can't do, which is talk over the show audio. It's a learning process, but sometimes you walk right into the fire and you get burned, and I think that's what happened earlier. It just made me mad right then. I'm like, dude, you know not to do this, and you're doing it anyways. But that's much of Bobby's life, I think. Look, if I do it, I get a whipping. I do it. So I'm nearly delirious out here. I tell you what, 8 days of 24/7 broadcasting is not for the light of heart. It's not for the faint-hearted. If you can't handle rough and tumble, if you can't handle throw down, get mad, arguments. I mean, I'm not talking about punching anybody arguments, but all of a sudden, everything short of that, though. You idiot. If you can't handle dog poop on your mattress, if you can't handle frozen temperatures while trying to pour gas into the no, there was other stuff up there. Well, there was no dog, little dog poop up there, but there was certainly little dog pee up there, wasn't there? So was he. Anyways, he's a big puppy. You just got a little puppy. So if you can't handle being frozen while putting gas in the generator at 5 o'clock in the morning to keep the power from going off, so you can still have heat. If you can't handle arguing with the police outside because they want to say you're violating a noise ordinance and it's only 6 o'clock. If you can't handle if you can't handle the Royal Oaks police saying, do you have permission to be here? And you go, yeah. And they go, where's our written permission? And you say, we don't need written permission. And he goes, yes, you do. And we go, no, you don't. You point the ordinance to him. And then he still wants to argue with you that, he's somehow doing a non-complaining property owner a favor, and he's going to try and argue with you and get a hold of it on a weekend when their corporation, the Marathon Corporation, is closed on the weekend. That's the property owner. Royal Oak was like, no, you got to get out of there. And they're like, well, we're not getting out of here unless we got some kind of order from the owner that says to go, and you don't have that complaint. So buzz off. You're not going to get more authority than you already have, Mr. Policeman. And you're not going to scare me into believing I have less rights than you want to make me believe. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to get up a lot earlier, and you, even in a delirious state after working for days on end, you're not going to fool me into believing that I have fewer rights than I do. I'm a smart man. I've been around a long time. I'm wise. I'm on to you. You know, I got you beat in years just on being on the planet, Mr. Policeman. And if you think for a second that your years are going to be, you know, more, more powerful than mine in way of knowledge, I think you got another thing coming. And I did. I had the attorney call up the Royal Oak Police Department and tell them, look, you can't chase people off of private property because they don't have written permission to be there when you've got no complaint from the property owner. Oh, yes, I can. No, you can't. You're on private property. Go the F away. You don't get to complain for the property owner on their behalf. If your property owner has not made a complaint to you, you need to tell anybody else that's making question about it to shut up. Until I get a property owner complaint, I'm not going to make them go away unless they're violating the law in another way. He was going to try and get us on trespass. Mr. Royal Oak Policeman, in the first place, you're not trespassing unless it's well posted. There is no posting of trespass of any form. So you can't even get me on that, you jackhole. Ultimately, we cut our visit short a little bit in Royal Oak just after I got the police on him, after I got the lawyer on him saying, look, there's nothing in the ordinance that says written permission. It just says permission. Because I asked the cop, he goes, you got written permission to be here? He's writing my name down and all my stuff in his little book. He's all spread wide in his stance like he's Mr. Authority. And I said, I do not have written permission. I have permission. And he goes, he clicks his pen backwards on his pad, so the pen goes back inside the pen, and he puts it in his pocket, and he goes, well, you got to leave then. And I said, under whose authority, Mr. Policeman? There's nothing that says the property owner's given me permission to be here, and until you got something else that says that I don't, you need to shut the hell up and go away. I mean, I didn't say it in so many terms, but I said until the property owner tells you that we don't have permission to be here, you got no standing or authority to tell me I can't. It's private property. If I was on the sidewalk and the city said I wasn't allowed to be there because whatever activity I was violating some ordinance or some, whatever, then that's up to you and the city. But this is private property. Look, this is a cop that said, after I told him, I said, look, we'll start to pack down. He goes, I'll come by here in a half an hour, and if you're not broken down, we're going to, and I'm like, no. Let's just set expectations as reasonable. When I set up here, it took me several hours to do a crew of people, which I don't have handy at the moment. And he's like, because I told him, well, why aren't you going to be broken down? I said, look, it took a while, and it's going to take a while. It might even take longer to pack back up than it took to do what we're doing now. So when you ride back here in a half an hour, you're not going to see me doing much of anything because much of what I got to do is inside, and then I got to do some stuff outside. And we're not moving until then. So you just got to be patient with us. We'll move, but it's not going to be right now, and it might not be before your shift ends. So get over it. And then he goes, well, okay, well, then you guys can't be out there on the corner walking around with signs and holding up signs and stuff. And I said, don't tell me I'm not going to be on the sidewalk on public property. We're within our rights to be on public property on the sidewalk.
Steven? Steven, check. Can you hear me?
I'm here.
Oh, we lost you?
No, I'm here.
Okay, what's break? All right.
It's all hits. I'm monitoring the back and it's all hits. Hang on. Can you hear me, Bobby? Can you hear me, Bobby?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's really horrible, isn't it? Our connection's terrible, isn't it, Robert?
Yeah, it's breaking up.
Yeah, it's all hiss on your end. I'm listening. I'm monitoring the signal. It's all hiss.
That doesn't sound right.
Dude, I was asking you before. Is there any way you can monitor the signal on Spreaker? Remember I asked you that? Just like listen while you're waiting to get your ride back or whatever. If you listen, it's all hiss. There's something terribly wrong.
I don't know why that is. I was monitoring Spreaker. Let's see here.
If you listen to the broadcast, it's all hiss. I'll just listen right now. Right back or whatever. If you listen, it's all hiss. There's something terribly wrong. Like if I just play my audio here, if I just play, like the background audio. If you listen to the broadcast, it's all hiss. I'll just listen right now. So I was just monitoring myself back. But if you listen to the, damn it, I pushed pause and it said no. Oh, I see. It's still streaming and I see what's going on. But yeah, I mean, when I play the audio from here, it's bad. It's got to run from there, and I got to be able to hear it. I don't know why, because this happened when we moved from Sweetleaf. There was some setting on there that wasn't right, and when I played back from your location, it was just hiss. It was all hiss all the time. What is that? What is your audio coming through? It's coming through Audacity, right? Or are you playing Windows Media Player?
No, Audacity is muted or volume down all the way, so it must not be that way.
No. Where's the show audio coming from? It's clearly coming from Audacity. That's why it's muted. I told you before, it can't be muted. And you're like, no, it's got to be down here. And I moved it up myself. Remember? Let me just go over there and see if I can fix it. I got to try and log back in and see. All right, well, let me log in. It's going to try. Unable to connect my end. Yeah, whatever. I don't trust you. All right, I'll close this down and try again. See, now we're going to come up on break and we're going to have nothing. We lost the last break because it was all hiss. Oh, come on. It's not letting me log in now. Keeps telling me I can't connect. There we go. Now it's trying. It's just hit and miss, man. I'm sick of this. Nothing. Oh, now it still says unable to connect. I know I know you're connected to the internet. I don't know why I wouldn't be able to connect up to. Dude, did you close down the TeamViewer?
It is.
Yeah, you can't close that down. What are you doing? That software has to be running on that computer or I cannot log in. I saw you pull it up and close it down, too. I'm like, I saw you pull it up, and then I shut my screen down, and then I think you probably closed it down instead of minimizing it. It should let me log in. Says a connection could not be established, partner could not be contacted at the given network's address. How about you if I try and log into the phone screen or computer, it'll let me right in. Which means you had to close that down on the other. No, it won't let me do that either. Maybe it's not that. Something's wrong. Are you sure we got a signal going? I mean, we gotta be. I know we have a signal because I'm getting it. I'll just double check Spreaker. Are you sure we got a signal going? I mean, we gotta be. We got a signal because it's playing me back. So I don't know why it's not letting me log into the computers. That's just so weird. Unable to connect. Connecting partner. Is it going to let me in? It's trying to. Nope, unable to connect. That's not good. There's no way I can remote control this if it won't let me in. And if you reboot computers, that's going to be a problem. Or you can't reset the modem because that'll shut us off air. I don't know how I'm going to do this with you gone. The only other way to do it is to Skype directly in and just have nothing else. I can't play music. I can't take phone calls. I can't do anything. Not like I'm taking many phone calls anyways, but at least there's a nice little 3 or 4 minute space to go to the potty room or something if I got to play a song. Oh, you see what we got to go through? You see what we do to collect signatures? It's, 3:30 in the afternoon on Friday. Today would be payday for a lot of people. We are hoping you come by and fill out the form. It's just a simple signature gathering for the petition to legalize cannabis in 2016 for adults 21 and over. I'm going to close this down and try back in again. Hold on, Robert. Team viewer. I'm going to close it down, shut it down, open it again. It's not letting me in either place. Can you hear me, Robert? Well, you can hear me. I just don't know if I can hear you. Hearing something in the background. Still not letting me remote in, Bobby. That's terrible. Is there something that you're aware of that's a problem or no? And there's no Liz now? Did you go? Are you gone?
I have no idea why you're having all these issues. Is it a test of something?
No, I'm just trying to log back into because I can't. If you leave, the only way I can control anything is via this remote control, and it won't let me log in. It keeps telling me it can't connect, and all the stuff that I do to connect, it won't let me in. And the only way I know to fix this is to reboot the computers there. And that's not something we can do while we're on the air, which means I'd have to reestablish, we have to start over again with the broadcast. Please let me in this time. No, it's still telling me no on both computers. I got 2 I can log into here. It won't let me do either one. And I got good, strong connection here. And that's not the issue. There's something. It's not seeing those. It's not letting me through the gateway or something. It's not letting me through the firewall or something. Which means if I can't fix this, then what do I do when you go? There's nothing I can do. We're going to have a crappy show from this point forward if here's the thing. So do one thing for me, Bobby. Play the audio. Have you turned the volume up on Audacity back to where it should be instead of muting it? Because that's where it's coming from. If you're playing it where you can see the waveform on the screen, you're playing it from Audacity. If you got it muted, I'm never going to hear it. So if you could unmute that and just play some piece of audio to make sure I can hear it before you go. And I got to be able to log in. I don't know why it's not letting me log in. No idea what's going on. It just won't let me do it. It's just not going to happen.
The show is intended for a mature audience.
Did you catch it?
Catch what? Audio?
Yes.
No. Didn't hear anything.
Try this.
The Full Melt Show is intended for a mature audience.
Nope, nothing. I got nothing. You turned Audacity back up?
Yes.
I'm getting nothing. I don't know. It sounds like it's reboot time to me. Honestly, I at 4 o'clock there's somebody coming back for an interview, and we're going to be sitting here dinking around trying to figure out how we can keep on the air with current, standards, which are pretty lax and loose at this point. I don't know. I mean, I have the ability to broadcast just directly from Spreaker's mobile studio thing, and there's a mobile studio thing I can do in here. I've never done it before. But if I go to, where's it at? Spreaker. Where's the mobile studio at? There's some statistics. Back to Spreaker. Where's this? I don't see where that other app is. I guess it's just inside of the. I don't get it. I didn't download the other app yet. Anyways, the point is that I think we're gonna have to reboot. I think you need to reboot, and I think that's gonna throw us off the air. Can you do all that, reboot everything, and get it running again? Because I think that's what it's going to take in order to. You might even have to reset the. You might even have to reset the modem, Bobby. You know how to do that, Robert?
Yeah, but we're connected to the internet, Steve.
I know. I just told you that you got to listen to the whole sentence, not just the parts you're paying attention to. What I said was, we're probably going to have to reboot everything, which means we're going to have to go off the air for a minute. We'll have to shut everything down. You're going to have to reboot and maybe reset the modem in order to clear this problem up.
All right,
that's what I'm saying.
On. I'll try closing down things first before we close down everything.
No, I think the problem lies in the connection through the modem, dude, honestly. It's not that. I can't hear you, which means there's stuff that's not working right, which means everything needs to reset. So I just want you to follow instruction and not do that. We're going to have to end the broadcast, reboot the computer, but I need you to reset the modem, too. There's a button on the back of the modem, or you have to take the power out, and then just wait for 15 seconds and plug the power back in. That's the only way that modem is going to reset. And I think that's the only way I can log back in. And it's probably one of the things that will clear up this audio issue, too. I don't know what's going on. When we were left Sweet Lead, I had this same problem with that hissing sound, and I couldn't figure it out. I did a reboot, or we lost, actually, the signal went down, and when it came back, that problem went away. And then also I was able to readjust some of these mic controls because they were out of kilter for that purpose. So if you reset everything, it'll hopefully let me log in, and then at least I can experiment with it, and I can still broadcast from there, but be Skyped in or phoned in from here. But that's the only way I'm going to be able to do this with you gone, and you got to leave pretty quick. So could you just end the broadcast now and then start it again after you reboot the computer and reset the modem?